wait, it's Twisted Fate. You guys are live now? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Just gotta make chat the right size.
So guys, we are going to go over to Mount Moogle Stream. And I will let you guys know if I end up winning this game.
You just give him one of these.
All right.
Are we getting any Rune Terror crowd too?
Oh, I don't know who is watching me right now. I only have like 6 to 7 people watching me. Probably regulars, but there's been a lot of quiet people except for Toshin. So I do not know.
Congratulations on Diamond, right?
Yeah, I just hit Diamond, but I'm only at like Diamond 4. It's pretty rough.
Sounds like the A rank
It's rough
life.
out there.
The A rank.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough.
Got to get that challenger champion.
I don't know what any of that shit is, dude.
Do they have rank resets, or do you just keep that rank?
It's master.
You just
Yeah,
give 'em one
I
of
think
these.
after the season ends, they go down a rank.
Oh.
Oh god. Guy found another Twisted Fate. That's so annoying.
Dude, I used to think I had a lot of Zenny, and then I saw Spooky's Zenny, and I'm like, well, okay, fuck me then.
What?
I'd
She's
probably
got
have
like
to down
12k
now if I didn't
Zenny. I'm
spend
like,
them all like an idiot.
all right.
Damn.
Was that April Fool's joke? It ruined you.
I didn't spend any Zenny though. I spent all souls. That candy life, dude. Goodness. Oh wait. I gotta.
Man, this new Twitch layout makes hosting feel pointless.
What do you mean?
You gotta like, if you go to a Twitch page, it has like 3 different pages before you gotta like cycle through to get to what they're actually hosting.
Oh, I see.
It's like channel trailer, old videos, and then hosting.
Toshin, you have 30k fucking Zenny? Like gold doubloons?
Oh yeah. He never opens packs.
How do you play game? How do you buy a card?
Budget.
Get 1 needed deck, then you're done.
Play outdated deck forever. I guess I could.
Pretty much.
Dude, the deck that I hit top 100 with is obnoxiously simple.
Yeah. Chill.
No reason to complicate it right now.
I guess. I remember during TFS looking at the meta snapshot from Iowa and seeing that like that top 30 Jill, it's like, oh, man, what are they doing? What are they gonna do, something crazy? They got some weird tech. It's like, explore. Oh. Okay. Just explore, Smile. Damn. Okay. So
Yeah,
I
I've been
tried
having
replicating
more
that.
success with my mono green X deck from last season than anything else I've tried building.
From last card set? Or
Yeah,
last season?
last card set, last TFS. When I say seasons, I think of like metas and
Yeah.
releases, not the actual season, because nothing changes there.
Well, it's pretty interesting. We've seen a lot of change kind of within this card set, I think, because I tried last month. I did pretty well with Zombo Genesis. I got like 1950, and I feel like I was doing considerable work, but this month, that's not flying.
Well, I mean, everyone's countered the zombie, right? Like, that's the thing is, no offense to Zombie Genesis, but that's the weakest of most of the zombies, right? So
Yeah,
I mean, people have big counters to the other zombies. That one's just gonna kind of fail off. Also, we're in a point too where there's just a lot less players playing, so you're more likely just going up against people that know how to fight these things.
Yeah. Well, I just mean like, you know, the meta is changing somewhat because that used to do some work. Zombo Genesis, even though it's inferior, I think it was still producing results enough to get me up to like 1900, 1950, but
Well, that's the thing is more people are countering the zombie
yeah,
build in general. So
they're shifting. And I'll give
Zero
everybody
zombies.
one guess what they're shifting to. What is the common mechanic that everybody's doing now?
Actions.
Agility. Agility and shields and flight.
What's up, Ryu? Sorry, you're
What's up,
also
B
streaming.
Ryu?
I think he's also streaming.
We killed his stream. Sorry about that. So yeah, I guess it was a good enough little intro. We can officially start. Welcome to the EX Podcast, episode 10, the one after episode 9. And yeah, we've seen some peaks and valleys over this last couple weeks here. We've seen kind of a well, maybe not the highest point, but we're starting to see a little bit of a lull. But we're hanging in there. So I guess we could start by talking about our experiences on the ladder this week. I know some of us have been putting in work. Literally the same minute I posted in Discord, Mallet posted. Sorry, did say 11. We almost kept it there. We almost went live exactly at 11. So I'm pretty happy this week. I don't know about you guys. I'm not in top 100 anymore, but I hit it last night, and I didn't have to exactly net deck. I kind of borrowed concepts that worked before and applied them to a new-ish deck. So I'm glad to see that worked out pretty well. Although I'm still kind of crossing my cheeks for news in the soon future. But for the time being, I'm fine.
Yup.
Yup. What about you, Thirsty? Next.
I mean, I haven't really been playing too much ladder. Played a bit today just to kind of have something to talk about today, and it went terrible. So I mean, there's nothing really new to say other than things are extremely powerful. You don't really get a chance to interact, and this game is in such a hard counter, which some people might think that's a good thing in terms of one and done and ranked. I don't find it very enjoyable for the amount of hard counters that exist in this game, and it just feels like it's a crapshoot on RNG on what you're going to get matchmake with. Because I can play Denjin 3 times in a row and just get rushed down by 3 opening Heavenly Kick Chun-Li's and can't do anything. And then switch to Charge Shot X and run into every DD Wesker that exists in the meta. And it feels bad. Hard counters in this game are really just not enjoyable to play against.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like you could at least have a chance, which I think in games that we play, especially when it's a card game, you want to have like a chance. With Teppen's a little bit different though, because I think with other card games like maybe even Runeterra or Shadowverse, Hearthstone, there are bad matchups as well, just because they might have like this one card that completely destroys your deck. Like, I remember I saw somebody complaining today about this explosive trap by Hunter from Hearthstone. It's like a trap where if your opponent attacks you, you deal 2 damage to all their board, and
Damn.
their whole board was like a bunch of 2 toughness units. So they lost their whole board.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and bad matchups will always exist in anything, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, when you got like a 7-3 bad matchup, that's already rough. But a lot of the way the explosive power of Teppen is right now, matchups feel very 9-1.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the high roll is just awful.
Yeah.
And it just feels really bad. And the thing is I understand it compares to a lot of other card games, but that's the reason why I don't play a lot of other card games. And I think that's what pulls in a lot of the fighting game people into Teppen. So to see it, it's been happening for a while now, but going more and more towards traditional card game counter and high rolls and less of timing and outplaying is a little depressing.
I think with Teppen, it really does not deserve to be on the same plane as a card game. I think Teppen is his like own thing because while it is a card game, there's so much about Teppen that sets it away from what an actual card game feels like, such as like the real time aspect, and then you have these high rolls. Like Teppen before, like in core set, it was pretty manageable. It felt like okay, real time card game. It didn't feel bad. And then we got to Day of Nightmares, and then people were getting like 3 false thrones and living death, and we're like, what the heck is this? And that just kept getting increasingly worse after every set. Now we have a lot more high roll opening hands, and you legitimately cannot do anything about it. You lose because your opponent drew like this combination of cards, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, I think I might have mentioned this before. Mulligan was a good idea when it was added. I think it's a terrible thing now because it's making a lot of ignorant deck building out there, and
Right.
it supports it very strongly.
Yo, I want to add into that because Akuma Senku, the deck that I started playing, and it was catching on. I don't know what it's doing now, but that deck would not work if the Mulligan rule was not there. That deck would legitimately be dead without Mulligan.
You'd have to tweak it and think about it, but that's a word
Thinking.
Teppen doesn't like. Yeah.
Stitchy Ray, I am alive. How's the game been?
Oh, what's
Everyone
up?
doing well?
Yeah.
The game is wild. I'll say that.
Hanging in there.
I'm just ready for something to shift. Is everyone doing well? Yeah.
Doing all right.
Yep.
I think so.
Can't complain.
What's up, spookers?
Hey,
I
Gareth.
heard you
You just give him
are
one of these.
rich and zenny. Yo, what's up,
She's
Kumakami?
very rich and zenny, dude. We got the host from the TEPPEN broadcaster, dude, harnessing all of the audience up until we hit the scene, but that's okay. He was holding it down. I appreciate that he was streaming it. I was watching him. He was climbing with his GPX heart tank. Put Oro down, heart tank it, watch red players cry. Say my God-given name. Kuma, his middle name is No because he has 6 negates, dude. He ended a game with all negates in his hand. I was like, do you think you have too many?
Maybe.
It's not enough.
He refused to fly an enemy's Morrigan so he could typhoon it, dude. It would have been such an awesome BM.
Wait, that was an option?
It was.
And you didn't take it?
Dang.
He safely waited until all the enemies were dead, then he did it right before the kill.
I'm waiting for the card that negates and then shields a random unit on your side.
That sounds great, dude. Sounds
Yo, that
fucking
totally
great.
sounds like it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen because that's the thing. Purple still isn't winning in shield, right? They gotta fix that.
New purple hero will just HA just adds a shield and negates the next action.
Halt the unit in front. Gain shield. That's what they're gonna do.
Gives all units flight and shield. Gives all enemy units inability to attack
Flight and
One
and
MP.
AP.
Ooh.
For 1 MP.
we got those early
One
patch
MP.
notes.
Gotta make those memory cards, man.
Green losing in everything. Oh, that was one thing. What if Natural Cycle were to reset memory?
I think that'd be hot.
That'd be fucking hot.
I don't think it'd be like amazing, but I like the concept.
It would be an interesting counter
Oh,
to
yeah.
quite a few things.
It would get Maverick's memories, and no one cares.
Yeah, end game is really bad
That's true.
for all those high cost actions.
I mean, we'd have to nerf the memories first, the Mavericks memories.
I
do
really
still
hope
like
they can-
cycle, but it's rough, man. It's still rough to like throw out 6 mana just to be behind on everything. It was easy with Chun, but that was broken yawn.
I just hate seeing all the purple actions that like cuck people, and it's just like you just like look at this action phase where someone like needs to play a card to come out ahead, and it's just like, no. How much did it cost the other player? Nothing. It was free. Spreading infection, ceasefire. Oh. Well, they're out 5 MP for even trying, and that's
Yep.
basically Mavericks memories. But that's nothing new.
Yup.
Yup.
Yeah.
So let's see. How much have you been able to play Iowa?
Last time I played was the last time I streamed,
Damn.
and I don't even remember how long ago that was.
Are you logging in for dailies,
days ago.
son?
I'm not.
It was like 2 or 3 days ago you were playing Akuma.
Yeah, on stream.
That
It was
too
a
long
lot
ago.
of fun.
Dude, why is your life so busy, dude? Stop.
Oh, it's because my family got sick.
Right.
Yep.
Busy man, running shop.
Yep.
Big man. Running the whole thing. But hopefully they get better soon, and you can Iowa the shop.
Yep.
Hopefully soon you can come back stronger than ever on some Beppin.
That's what I'm hoping. I think just one more week and I'll be able to go back to normal.
Cool.
Yep.
And
It's
then,
been a little bit depressing not being able to play Teppen. I'm being serious.
yeah, they got you working every day, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's tough stuff, man. That's dedication. I'd have a difficult time doing that for my whole life. I've always had like that concept of a weekend at some point.
Yeah, me too. So this has been a little bit rough, but you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Stuff.
You'll just feel like you have weighted clothes taken off when you're at the end of it. Trust me, I know.
Mhm.
Most days I work straight without a day off is 28 days, and that's not a
Oh my
record
god.
that I am proud of or trying to push on anyone.
Dude, it's the one
QA
up,
life,
dude.
man.
It's the one up, dude. You think you got it, bitch? Kid, no, you're not doing that. And then over to Chris D, who I probably should move his camera so it's more center.
Sorry, I'm like all over the place right now.
Are you leaning?
How I'm doing in Teppen? Pretty average. I don't know. I felt like Zombie Dungeon was really good for me a couple streams ago, but then when I tried it yesterday, I just kept running into like green decks for some reason. It was like 3 or 4 green decks in a row, and I lost to a Nero that was running Cammy, but he was also running black hearts for some reason. That was pretty annoying. So, yeah. Basically, I'm at a point where I'm just playing 0, if that tells you anything.
But you're still in top 100. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know where I am right now. But,
87th.
Yeah. Oh, am I?
Yeah, 87th.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm barely at 1900, and that took me like 2.5 hours to get to. I hit 1899 like multiple times and just kept getting screwed over. But yeah, with 0, I was able to beat a Wesker with V and 2 Nightmares, and it felt really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Did it? Did it really?
Yep. It's, yeah, screw it, right?
Screw it, dude.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
God. Do we have Gucci in attendance? Dude, I didn't know that MFer was 59th, dude. Yo,
That's cool.
that's crazy good. I want to know if he's using Jill. If he's climbing with Jill, then Fuck me, right, dude? Fuck me.
It's not a competition.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the competitive ladder is not competitive, Melon.
I'm feeling good about my stuff, but I didn't think he just snuck up there, snuck in the back door, 30 points deep into top 100. That's impressive, dude.
Beat him up.
Beat him up right now. Fight me.
Reminds me of that one time where Kyle P was up there in top 100, and I just got there, and I looked at my points, and I looked at Kyle P, and I made it into a competition. I queued up, and I immediately lost 3 games in a row, and that's what I get for trying to challenge Kyle P.
Dude.
Kyle's the goat, man. It's crazy.
Right?
I was going to
He is
say,
now.
there are some people looking at the top 100 list that they are always there. They're always adapting and playing that good stuff. And
Good,
that's
good.
a special skill set that I just don't have.
Right.
We got Time Rocker number 1 with a 5-point lead.
He's good. He's pretty good.
Got the 0 icon, but he's definitely playing Ryu, right?
Right.
Okay, so this is kind of gonna be a little bit weird to talk about, but I wanted to know what you guys think about Time Rocker and his chances at the North American qualifiers this year.
What are his
could get it.
chances?
What was his chances? Because he was there. I don't know. Were you guys participating in the stream back last year during the North American qualifiers? I was watching him like off and on.
Right.
Oh, during the original North American qualifiers?
Yeah, last year.
That was during a period where I was like, it's gonna be going for a few days, right? I'm fucking going on a day trip and I'm coming back and it's like, oh shit, it's over in 2 hours, dude.
The thing with time though is I don't think he really cares that much. Like he's. I mean, it's not like anyone can travel at this moment anyway. But yeah, like he said, even if he can qualify, he's not really interested in traveling at this time. But I don't know.
I don't know. He seemed
I
like he was
guess
pretty
we'll-
invested last year, though.
Last year it was. This year.
Last year he was trying a lot, like in the online quals and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, this year he is taking up like, I don't know, a different approach, because one thing I remembered about time back then was he noticed that the time that he was putting into TEPPEN, it was, you know, something that didn't really jive with him,
Yeah.
because with all competitive players that, you know, really, you know, had a rough time with TEPPEN, I'm sure Christy and I know this feeling, and
Yeah.
probably you guys too. I'm pretty sure everybody has, at least the ones that were trying to, you know, get qualified last year, is that we all had like this, our eyes on the prize, and we would just put like hours into TEPPEN. I know back then, last year, I was putting in like hours and hours a day into TEPPEN, and for me, I always like had it in the back of my head that if I lost, it'd be fine and I could laugh about it. But I saw where other people didn't have that inside of them, and it would literally eat them up inside, and you could just see that, because you know, putting that much dedication into one thing is just not healthy for anything. In that case, it doesn't have to be TEPPEN, it could be anything. I don't know
Yes.
where I was going with that, but
It's
true.
I mean, yes, that's-
the obsession
that's
of
what-
victory.
Yeah, that's with anything competitive. And I actually saw a quote recently on it that's really good. And it's the best kind of mentality to go in there is have the idea that your opponent is just as good, if not better than you. Because when you think they're not as good as you, that's when you start getting angry when they start beating you.
Oh heck yeah!
And then that's when
Right.
you start thinking like things are fraudulent and all that. And
Yep.
that mentality is a little tougher to have at TEPPEN because there is just some things that it's like I did not lose to skill. I lost to this bullshit. So it's rough. It's rough in this game too. I especially I can imagine in lots of other card games it's being rough. really kind of depends on the format, right? And so, yeah, salt is real.
Salt is super real.
It's tough following so many talented players. Like I said, some people on this list, when you see them stream, it's really encouraging to kind of watch and think, I can do that. I can just, you know, focus up, try real hard, at least get into top 100, and then it's easy to fall and get salty.
It's easy to run into 3 Dalmatier Neros that just draw exactly what they need.
I beat one of those last night, and I was like, yo, fuck this shit. Get out of my house. Felt so good.
That happened to me last night. 3 in a row, and they just everything they needed perfectly.
You guys are actually
mulligans.
You guys are actually queuing into those? Damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I found
It was just one.
Nero Cammy with black cards, and they were running Hey Nico, and that's like just disgusting.
Yeah, I ran
I thought
into
against that
3
too.
separate ones
Yeah,
last night. I
just
waited
three
like after
separate
every
ones.
match. Yeah, and I was not happy. And of
I-
course, I was using a unit deck, which is, you know, what you lose to. So then I switched to Denjin afterwards and just ran into nothing but agility fuckboys that had every shield they needed to.
God, I hate. That's where I get tilted. I didn't see much of that last night, which is when I climbed. Yeah, that's why I'm afraid to climb now.
Matchmaking is against me right now, so that's why I'm in Animal Crossing planting mannequins all over the place.
Word.
Can't lose a Dalmadur if you don't play. It's
Yeah, that works really great for my anything green related.
units. If you don't play units.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just play one
think
unit at a time and wait for them to be like, "Fuck, I can't deal with this. I gotta kill it right now," and be like, "Okay, next one."
Yeah, I just didn't get that lucky because everything was just going exactly where he needed it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I mean, when you get to like 1 minute in and he's already got full powered Cammy, you lost.
That's gross.
Yeah, Cammy's gross. I hate it.
I want to say, like, I don't consider those meme decks anymore. I know like people still classify them. I don't consider Oro Cammy meme. I don't consider Dalmatier meme anymore. They're too consistent now. I mean, they're still inconsistent enough to not get top 100, but they work too well to call them memes. I wouldn't call it memes. Like before you would call a Denjin that was all actions and no units a meme, right? And then that's like kind of what you want to build to get top 100. So I don't agree with the classification that these are memes anymore.
I 100% agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am really curious, and I want to pick your brain about this, Thirsty, is for you, what tier would you put those decks? Nero, Dalmadir, and Cammy Ouroboros.
Oh, they're tier 3. They're not good, but they steal games, and that's kind of the frustrating thing, right? Like that's one of those, you have to draw right, they have to draw wrong for you to have a chance.
Yeah, you are 100% correct. They suck, and I hate them.
It's that's gonna be my new flag that I carry around, is take mulligans back out of the game to stop these stupid decks.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can't. I
don't
part
care
with my
about Jill. Let
mulligan.
Jill die for this. It's fine.
I mean, I use the I. I'm saying, in my opinion, I couldn't be able to part with that. I'd have to.
Yeah, 'cause you play Jill. I understand that, but I will let Jill die to stop these Dalmadir, Urokamis, Ashura Senku agility fuck. All the agility fuckboys kind of fall out down like really hard from that.
Take all
Right.
mana ramp out. Green is dead. If
That's
he
fine.
dies, he dies.
Here's the thing. I'm not trying to take out mechanics that you can put in your deck. I'm just trying to make you like build your deck somewhat consistently so you don't have to rely on the mulligan button every time, so I can stop running into turn 1 Vs every damn game.
Oh, Gucci's here. Gucci, did you fucking hit? What is this, young man? What is this? Where is it? There you are. Are you climbing with Jill? Are you fucking top 59 with Jill? Get out of here. No mulligan. Yeah, Jill with no mulligan was rough. Fuck no. Okay. I thought I was missing out on some like crazy fucking tech. Fuck no.
You guys
See,
are
one
awful.
brainwash and the game is over. Yeah, that's if I'm playing a purple deck, right? And if you're playing mono purple to run Brainwash, you're probably playing Rakoha, which beats Domidir Nero anyways. Which is like more irritating about those decks, right? Domidir Nero isn't beating any of the top meta decks. They're just beating people that are trying to play the game.
Yep.
Yep.
Tell you what though, I fucking put Super Jill in my deck last night, and it was like switch to Pog mode, dude. Instant Pog. All those highlights that I had today to share, they all had like Super Jill in some capacity.
That sounds about right.
Not all of them, but
I also believe if we get rid of mulligans, Mallet will probably end up doing better because the amount of times he has like one Explorer in his hand, it's like we could do better, and then just gets 3 Clairs.
it's true. I swear to God, it's like you have like a C+ hand. It's like, nah, I could do better than this, and it's just like, how about this D- hand? It's like,
Yep.
how about some raw Nashes that are replaced with your third Nash?
That'll happen.
Yeah, what I mean, they couldn't just take out Mulligan though, could they?
Yes, they can.
Yes, they
No,
can.
But
If they
they don't seem to like retread back and like, I don't know. They're not really the type of company from what I've seen to like just go back on things and remove features from the game. So I don't think we're ever gonna see the mulligan go away.
They won't, but they should.
I think they could, do a better job. Kind of start fresh with Core 2, and just kind of make sure there's nothing that's too like supportive of this like high roll life. Because the mulligan system isn't bad, in my opinion, but it definitely supports the degeneracy that we live in right now. Because I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that's yeah. Like I said, it was good when they added it. It was needed when it was added, but now it just ruins everything. And when you think of like something with this many problems, you kind of need a solution that helps like a wide swath of it. If you just try to fix these individual cards, that's never gonna happen.
What cards / interactions still need to be looked at? Says Stitchy Ray. Let's see. Where do we start? It's a long list, honestly. If we're looking at just cards, Malice is the first thing I thought of.
I hate that card.
The duplication idea, anything that lets you put a unit into the grave and then plays the identical card in its place, is toxic. And it's like
Civilization Rebel Sigma sucks.
I think it wouldn't be as bad if you couldn't copy him.
Yeah.
It's created like a special archetype of like decking out quickly so you can play this card non-stop, which is interesting. But if you couldn't copy him, it wouldn't be so strong, and you would be kind of forced. You'd be limited to one lane, so it would hamstring it for sure. I love Sigma might make his 8th play final.
Never thought about it that way. That might be good. Okay.
Yeah, my my gripe about Sigma is that he's a 4-mana. Actually, that's wrong. After he triggers his revenge, he is a card in your deck that is always a 2 MP for 8. And there's a lot of 5 cost and 6 cost units that don't even have those type of stats. Like a 4/8 is easily, a 7 or 8 MP worth unit, but Sigma gets for 2.
Right.
So that's kind of like my one gripe about him.
It's like the 4/1 Tyrant, man. When it comes back with revenge, stats are pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best Reploid. I think it'd be interesting to see what happens if you bump his cost up to 5. Because then every revenge would be 3.
Fine.
Yeah, I'd love that. I think that would make it balanced, not gonna lie. A little bit more balanced than it is now.
It still gets nutty at the end. but-
I don't mind the green copies since the only way to add them back to the deck is natural cycle.
Are you talking about with like or
Seeds.
That is not true. Because Cammy has been getting copied and revived a lot over the past few months, and they just need to do something about Malice, Orb, and maybe even Seeds. I don't know, because they all send a copy to the graveyard and then bring back a new version, and that shouldn't be the case. So I think the easy way to fix it is either have the one that goes to the graveyard just banish, or have literally that exact unit like just reset, and then whatever the effect is, there's whatever the case, there should not be an extra copy in the graveyard, because that's the one issue with all those cards. Like, it keeps an extra in the graveyard and then generates a new one.
It's a shame
Which,
because Malice used to be pretty like a modest tool for Ouroboros, and it was not like, it wasn't like, oh shit, by all means necessary, I have to prevent this from happening. But with Sigma, it kind of is. You gotta be ready for it.
I mean, Sigma's not even the bigger problem compared to Cammy. Cammy clones is the worst thing ever because of just getting those buffs regardless of what you do. It's kind of insane, especially with her having all the best possible stat words, including heavy pierce. You can't even like block her down.
Like, if you're using Unbreakable Bond, then that's okay. Like, you earn that copy because that's what the card is supposed to do. Using anything else is just a cheaper and more practical way of doing it, but it's also a dishonest way of doing it, right? I got to look at the wording of these cards now that I'm talking about.
Yeah, the thing with like Unbreakable Bond is hands down the worst copy card in the game, and that's the only straight copy card in the game.
Like Malice says, destroy unit, then returns it to the same board slot. That's not supposed to be a copy, but it makes a copy, right? Gold Orb. On death, place this unit on the previously occupied board slot. If this unit has ascended, activate it. Again, this unit. Like, it doesn't say a brand new unit, it's this unit. Like, Seeds, same wording, right? And then Unbreakable Bond is obviously copies a friendly green unit and places it on the field. So, like, literally the only time the word copy is used is Unbreakable Bonds, because that's what it's supposed to do. Like, everything else is this unit comes back or gets placed back on the field. It doesn't say a brand new one comes back. Like, that's always bothered me. Like, it's the wording and maybe even the coding that's messed up. Because it's not, either it's not intentional or they worded it wrong.
That's right, they have two cards called Unbreakable Bond.
It's probably a glitch, as Winter said. Like, it's either an issue in the coding or they, I don't know, they took the lazy way around. I don't know. But they should be aware of it now, hopefully. I don't know. We've been telling them a lot, but I don't know how much they're listening.
Which card are we talking about?
Malice, Orb, Seeds. I mean, all the wording it never mentions a brand new copy. It always says this unit comes back, specifying that exact unit, in my mind. But that's not the case. It's always a brand new version of that unit instead. If it wasn't intended, it wouldn't be around this long. I don't think people knew about it until now. Maybe like a couple months ago, people were making copies with Malice with like
I mean, it's been
like,
done for a while. It was in a lot of Ouroboros decks, and then Dalmadir used it for the longest time too.
So,
we
fun
definitely
fact.
knew about it. We definitely knew about it before Sigma, because I called that. As soon as they revealed Sigma, I said, if you Malice Sigma, you're basically going to break the game. And sure enough, that's pretty much what happened. But I did not foresee the Cammy thing. That was kind of a surprise.
Oh yeah, the
I knew
memory
that.
conditions are what make that possible.
I called that shit immediately. I was like, if memory just comes back, she's just gonna keep being revived. And
Oh, the memory thing. Yeah, the memory thing's not. Because,
It's interesting that memory is not on play, so get resurrection like Cody smacking people for 4. Yeah, it's just interesting that it didn't become an on-play standard sort of thing.
I do wish all these resurrect cards caused an unbanish once they died again, because man, Hatred Reborn and Rebirthing, bringing back these things, it's just crazy.
That would pretty much destroy Ouroboros. It just has to apply to black cards. A lot of those revive effects.
I'd be fine with that too. Just make it apply to black.
It shouldn't bring back
Hatred
green,
Purple
red,
is still strong.
purples. Like, that's so stupid.
So, fun fact. On the world stage in the World Championship, I don't remember which game it was, but the game where somebody played like Wesker Ouroboros and then they had Possessing Malice, and then there was like the counting of the graveyard, it did come up at Worlds where somebody had used Possessing Malice and then the other player was a little bit confused.
Yeah, I mean, like, the idea's been around, as McMahon's trying to say, but it hasn't been like popularized or like spread around that much. Like, it might have just been like an inside thing where a lot of people didn't know about it. But the point is, I don't know if they intended to be that way, because maybe they weren't even aware of it because it wasn't that popular until now. Is what I'm saying. Like, again, I don't know how much they're paying attention. But, they may have found out about it really late. But, like, again, they're not really acknowledging a lot of this stuff. But I don't know. I was hoping for a patch or a hotfix, like, after the first week, but that didn't happen.
The Clone Wars. Yeah, so I guess what other cards need to be edited? What interactions?
Incendiary Device and Dungeon.
Do you think Dungeon, the hero art, should be changed? Or I guess, yeah, don't let it stack.
Just dungeon stacking in general is pretty bad.
I think the deck would still be good even if dungeon stacking, was changed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But and in fact, I don't think it would actually affect it a whole lot to make it not stack.
Leon would be less scary.
Yeah, the Leon explosion would be immensely tuned down, which I think is very fair. It's
Yeah,
extremely
I agree,
fair.
but the dungeon deck actually has way too much going on for it that it doesn't need to win with Leon. You just play Leon because you can't interact with it, but when I win with Leon, I always have like other face burn spells in my deck to rely on. So I don't need Leon, I just do it because it's uninteractable.
Leon can make a difference in some matchups though.
Some, yeah.
That's kind of the push you need and just an easier way to win, especially against like Exodia.
It's an unreactive way to clear the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing that you get in that position of I can't play a unit because if they have Leon, it's just gonna die, and a lot of that stuff. I mean, Dungeon has way too much control, but I think besides, fix the stacking. I think is the biggest thing, and then Dungeon's still really good, and there's nothing wrong with it being really good, but it can also be kind of worked around too. You can build around it in a lot of cases. Just not with the stacking right now. It's kind of rough.
Yeah. Incendiary Device, how should they change that one? Make it cost 4?
I mean, it's doing pretty much Incinerate plus.
I don't think it's the mana cost. I don't think it's the mana cost that makes it busted.
The damage. Yeah,
What's the
damage
double
is still
hit?
there.
Yeah, the double hit for sure.
So then how do you fix it?
I probably just make it one stack of hit. That's it.
Remove
all
the
you
extra hit, right?
Yeah.
Just 2 to all? Or maybe 1 to all?
One to all, yeah. That would make it fair.
Probably the same with Calamus, actually. I don't know.
That would make Dungeon fair, yeah.
I think the biggest thing you could do for it without making, because if you just make it like a 1 for 3, then there's already better cards that do that. The big draw of it is that it hits twice, which I think is red needs a little bit more of that because of how prevalent shields are. But I don't think Dungeon should stack on both hits.
Okay.
It should add 2 damage, And if it gets added to the second hit, that would make most sense because that's the one you're working for. But it's ridiculous that it's getting double dungeon, right? That's essentially 44 AP worth of it onto one card.
That's before considering, Ashley adding on to it.
Yeah.
Which Ashley's adding 2 to each of those, the other Leon, so it's really easy to get it out of control. And it's also one of my types of cards that I really don't like, that it's only good with one hero art completely. It just doesn't really work out that well in other ones, but
Dalmador can beat Denjin as well. Sure.
I mean, with all the hero shields, I guess, but
Yeah, they have shields and heals, so that's kind of annoying, but I don't know.
That's one thing I'm not seeing is all these people running green. I'm seeing a lot of health cutting, and the decks that have hero shields will have 6 of them, and then the ones that don't, they don't have any. It's if you just take one, I feel like that'll improve your quality of life right there.
it's still one card, right? To just try to stop agent's memories when you still have headshot doing 8 damage for each one.
Well, I mean, it would come in handy at different points. I mean, you could use it on a headshot, you could use it on agent's memories. I feel like it's just a card that would be very useful in many matchups. At the very least, it's a card you cycle for cheap, and you can soak a 2 or 3 damage hit.
It is, but the issue that comes with it is that it's taking a deck spot, and those decks are usually pretty tight already.
That's true.
Yeah.
One face shield to stop the holds, dude. That's what I think, but
Yeah, I think more should be running that, but I don't know. Everyone's trying to optimize their ideas, especially the dual color decks. What is it? Rathalos with green doesn't run any heals or any hero protection because they're just trying to win the game in the first minute with face damage and unit shields, some buffs. But yeah, they're not really thinking about endgame where they might get burnt down.
God,
Yeah,
I
usually
don't know.
those decks, if you're running those, if you go that long, you generally lose, right? Most of those
Yeah,
Valstrax
yeah,
decks
so
kind of have to surrender when you take
They'll
out.
quit after 2 minutes if they lose all their Valstrax or something, or just fall behind. They don't care.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, someone like Zero has ways to sustain with Buffet as long as they unit on the board, and then they have their negates, so it's a little bit trickier to work around, right? So I don't know. Purple definitely needs negates for that stuff, right? You can't just negate a random damage card because you need to protect yourself.
Yo, sorry to interrupt, but dude, check this out.
What?
Cosplay Fitness and Ainsworth on fucking TEPPEN channel? I didn't know that.
Oh, cool.
Let's check those
play it.
decks. I guess the Nero mirror might have been on stream or something.
That's funny.
Maybe.
But one card that needs to be added to that list of needs adjustment is a Blade Shattering Defense.
Fuck that
That
card.
should work on green units only.
Fuck that card.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about it before. I don't know. We argued about whether the memory should change. I think it should, but
I
yeah,
don't think it should. I think it should just be applied to green because if
I
you
mean,
change
I'm
the
fine with
memories,
just working on green as well, but I don't know. It seems too easy to access the shield early on in the game, but if it's just green only, then maybe not. I'm fine with it either way, as long as they change it, because that's definitely annoying. The way it is now. You did stream this? Interesting.
Let's see. What else should change?
Mavericks memories.
I was gonna say, if we're talking about specific things like that, yes. Although I think all negates need to be might need to be reworked. They're starting to drive me nuts.
1 MP units.
Whoa, 1 MP units? Yeah. Sounds good.
1 MP units now.
Yeah, I think actually zombies is kind of sad to look at.
Damn.
Even though I like zombies and I like what they represent, I do think that it kind of hinders card design in the future because zombies, for what they do, is what I feel like always going to be like the top of what they do, which is being aggressive. You know, so as long as these 1 MP units stay in the meta or in card design, I do think that we'll have zombie be the best aggro deck continuously. You know, I don't think they can beat that.
I think it's a kind of goes with everything. I think 3-cost units need to be looked at across the board. There's just it's so difficult to find the want and desire to play anything higher than a 3-cost when they do so much for so little investment right now in almost every color.
Yeah. Zombies are the best example because they give you that fucking refund. Head on down to Sam's Club, get all those units for, you know, a third off.
Stimulus much better than the country, just right out.
Right.
I mean, maybe I did see this match. I remember the buff Iris.
Oh, you're just showing the replay.
Yeah, look at the replay. We got Cosplay Fitness on the left, Ainsworth on the right.
Ooh.
This is on the TEPPEN channel. We got fucking celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
So that hero shield. Yeah, I'd like to see Negates reworked, but that's just my personal beef. I don't gain anything out of them, so they should be nerfed. Just kidding, no.
I would also like Resonate to be reworked in some form.
Resonate, yeah. I think the consensus between a lot of people is like three procs and that's it.
That's what I'd like to see. Yeah.
And even then, that could open it up to have like more generous effects without having it be like a big fucking snowball.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could. I keep saying they could take this chance to make big changes. We got this. We've done like a full cycle, right? Everyone got a new hero, so everyone should remain cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. Sure.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that needs to be changed in our minds, but it's just a matter of seeing if they address any of that stuff, and if they have plans for the future, like moving forward. Like, do they just add a bunch of stuff and change the game, or do they just change the game and not add anything? I'd be happy with either at this point. I mean, new content's fun, but if the game is still at a weird balance, would just adding new cards fix it? I mean, we don't know. We need to see what it does, obviously, but you know, either fixes things or makes things worse. I don't know. Depends on how they're doing it. I can only, you know, you can only hope at this point of where they could be taking the game.
I think Brainwash is busted.
It
No,
can
I've
be.
always thought that thing was busted.
Yeah, Brainwash is really good.
Particularly,
Assassin
mostly
Very good.
because of its cost, allowing you to use it and have a negate in hand for any response to it.
Yeah.
I never,
I don't know. Not a fan of having to run like 2 Dreams of Restorations or 2 Valors and keep them in hand and fear of Brainwash.
Yeah. It's tougher for other colors, for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting because the counterplay for other colors for Brainwash is like it's cheap, but the answer to that answer is something that works for a lot of different things. So they just have to be a little bit more cautious, and they will always be ready. They save 1 extra mana, and they have their bases covered.
It's kind of a risk in some matchups, but overall, it's still strong. Like you don't really want it against Dungeon.
Oh no.
And you don't really want it against zombie decks in general. There's not really anything to grab, and if you try to grab it, there's a pretty good chance you're not going to get it. Yeah, so there's some really good like top tier decks that Brainwash is just not that effective against, but it's still being auto included for 0 because of the potential swing it can give you. You just have to be really careful with when you play it and where. And like I said before, I've seen some really bad Brainwashes these past few days, and like people just want to throw it out if they see an issue, and they don't even think about like the repercussions. Like I denied at least 3 Brainwashes over the past week. I can't remember the last time I lost something to Brainwash and felt bad about it. Like even if they steal my Sigma, it's like, oh, that sucks, whatever. And I just move on. Like it's not that big of a deal. But again, if you're playing like green or something and buffing, I don't know, your Resonate X up to like 15 and he gets stolen, yeah, I guess that sucks for you.
Cosplay, yeah, fucking Rescuer's Bullet is the shit, dude. When I saw that card, I was like, finally an answer to Brainwash. But I feel like it's not enough to have 1. You need 2.
You need 2, and then that's 2 cards sitting in your hand to counter 1 card they may never play. That's just bad, right?
I still think there's other problems in the game.
Oh yeah.
Before that, because like if you're up against Rathalos as 0, you want to have Brainwash in your opening hand, because if you don't really have a good answer for like opening Balstrax and 3 shields, right? Like it's kind of what you need to do, unless you get lucky with Jester V or something like. But Brainwash is the preferred method because they're gonna keep buffing it and they don't give a shit. And I don't know. I feel like Brainwash is kind of like an equalizer in that regard, where people should respect it, but they don't. And then when they don't respect it and they get stolen, they get mad about it. Well, like, maybe you should have respected it. I don't know.
I feel like my problem is I respect it too much.
I've been respecting that thing for like how many seasons now, and it still feels really bad.
I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying some people don't. They're obsessed with popping 1 unit and hoping it wins. And if they don't win, they cry about it. And it's like, well, maybe you should have went wider or just played a little bit more carefully when you saw your opponent was at 7 mana, right?
Yeah, it really sucks from the side of someone that's been playing green forever, and it's just that 1 card has been such a bane forever, and we haven't really got that many answers out of, except for having these 2 cost cards to recall back. That is just such a nightmare to play because it's going to get negated, and then
yeah. I mean, that's
cards
still like to happen.
Yeah, and those cards still aren't the greatest feeling in the world ever, because you still have to pay full mana to get that unit back, and that's just sucks.
Yeah, cosplay kind of has the idea. I mean, there's ways to deny it even if you can't like self-sacrifice in your color.
Oh yeah, you can reset it, but then that's just gonna be negated again. That's another 2 cost. Like all of green's answer for purple are 2 costs that get easily negated.
I mean, I'm kind of on the same page as Time, but I know other people don't like the card. But I don't know. To me, I'm just saying there's a lot bigger problems, and I don't know.
I don't think that shows it's fair. That I don't like the idea of these crazy hard counters to colors as hard as they are right now. That's a card that's started.
I mean, at least that's an investment, right? Like 7 is a lot.
I think
it's not as dumb as Maverick's Memories, right? Where you're
no.
Right?
Nowhere near that problem.
we're not touching that with a fucking 10-foot pole.
Or like Ceasefire if you're trying to resurrect a full board, or just trying to play a unit.
That's rough.
You can't. Right.
I feel like there should be like exceptions to what you could negate with a regular card, like unforeseen interference. I don't like if they want to brainwash a unit, I should be able to have like this fucking libtard smash and kill one of my units, kill my unit before it gets brainwashed and not have it be like, oh, it's a 2-cost. 2-cost legendary. It means it's negatable. Smile. Because it's, I don't know, it's kind of demoralizing. I understand they're using a legendary to brainwash, but it's, yeah, I don't know. Just not enough answers that work as well as them holding onto a negate.
Yeah, it's brainwash isn't the biggest issue, but it's just I feel like it should cost more for that.
Yeah. I think even
you shouldn't be able to negate a response to it.
Yeah. I think even a bad brainwash is still pretty good. I mean, it costs 7, but if you take a 3-mana unit away from them and it puts it on your side of the board, it's -3 for them, +3 for you. That's a 6-point swing. So
Yeah.
if you steal a fucking penguin off of fucking Ryu, if you can actually grow it, dude, value.
I mean, if you're saying they can't negate after using brainwash, then it has to cost 10. And even at that point, they might have Maverick's memories, right? So
that's a whole other problem in itself. But at least
It's
like
lit-
you can't
Like,
opening
at the current
hand
point-
Maverick's memories that card.
I mean, at the current point, it's literally impossible to, avoid on the gate, right?
Yeah,
After brainwash.
Brainwashing a
situation.
3-cost unit puts you at -1 MP. That's pretty good for a shitty brainwash.
Yeah,
But
that's
why
the
people
worst
are
case
brainwashed
scenario.
gates, right? They don't give a shit.
And
Terrible
yeah,
brainwash.
it's obviously it's not as strong in this meta as it is now, but that's the idea of big units doesn't really exist right now because stuff like that just stops it from existing, and that's what's kind of really rough. And as someone that tries to play that style, it sucks.
I definitely respect the card enough. I mean, for a while there, when I was rolling more legendaries, it was like, if I play this card, I want to be ready to have to kill it. No matter what stage of the game it's in, I gotta be ready to fucking kill it. And because of stuff like Rikoha, I have a situation where play buff card either protect it immediately with, antibody, put a shield on it, which means perfect fucking, brainwash bait, or get it Rikoha immediately. So just remove Rikoha and I'll be okay with brainwash. Should cost you MP slots like after Gen dies. Okay, that's a
I like that.
good
I
idea.
like that.
Sure, we're just gonna penalize purple every time they play a card now.
Yep.
Because Soul's Return is removing cards. Gen removes max MP. Brainwash removes more max MP. Or your EX pocket.
God, I'm so glad fucking Soul's Return isn't played as much anymore.
The
it's
ceasefire
played
just
when
threw
I'm-
your
when I'm
soul out
playing.
for 2 minutes or something.
Shh, dude. It's gonna happen to me like that. Make it 9, so the only negate you can do with it is Maverick's Memories. That's fine.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
I'm cool with that. Make them commit.
It's
Don't you still get... No, you use it at full mana
Well,
at
that'd be
9.
free.
You still have... Don't you still have enough for 3, right?
I'd be
It's my
okay with that
fault.
if they have to at least wait till 10, but it's 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because right now, like, they don't have to wait till 10, and then
We're talking
It's-
about like there's 2 different ways you can use it. Obviously, you can do it in response to one action, or on your own for the full 7. I mean, using it as a response is a lot cheaper, obviously, and definitely pisses people off when they enable it. But I don't know.
I'm
Like,
also
you want
just
to make it cost more.
very, very hurt green player. That's like, if I play 4, it gets bounced. If I play 5 or higher, it gets brainwashed, and I'm just fucked.
Yeah, I think that's another thing that kind of has furthered the agenda of the 5-cost unit, is that all those cards that affect 3s and 4s, and it's like 5 is the cheapest investment we can make that isn't immediately just, sneezed on and it's gone. So that's why you get good cards like Explore Nero, baby.
Yeah, I would like green's mana reduction cards to not still count once it gets played, because those are like the worst cards ever because of that.
Oh.
I don't think if an action's cost is reduced, can you tell when it's played?
No, you gotta just hover
No.
the
Wow.
negate and see.
Yeah, for all the cards. I mean, this has been happening since Surge.
Yeah, I was
Which
watching.
I've also heard of that forever.
I was watching Kuma play just before the podcast here, and he did like instinctively went to use Empress's Derision on a Brainwash, and I was like, oh, it worked. I was like, wait, what? Because it got
Yeah, you just have
fucking
to hover.
reduced.
You just have to see for yourself by hovering.
It's got to see
It's the
for
same logic
yourself.
for a lot of like the damage effects that might be multiplied, but you don't know. Like all the question mark stuff is really annoying, but like the dungeon buffed actions, it won't tell you like if they were buffed. That's kind of annoying.
Blade Shattering defense should cost 4 memory. Yes.
I disagree with that, but you know, I'm the other one.
I mean,
tries to play
that's what I've
mono
been saying time, but again, I think it needs to change regardless. Like I don't care if the memory stays the same at the end of the day, but if it's nerfed in some way, then that's fine. Like it's just very cost effective and very easy to reach a shield. And I don't know, does Green really need to start with 6 shields at the beginning of a match and have easy access to it? I don't know.
It's just aggravating for me because it's like a shield to stop damage, and it also puts the goal farther away.
It's just a little annoying early game. I think we talked about self-sealing. Maybe not on stream, but we mentioned
there's
something.
only 2 cards that can self-seal, which I wouldn't be opposed to more of it. I
More
mean,
fun.
that's what I wanted for the longest time when we were playing
Yeah.
nothing but hulks against nothing but hulks. That was like the only answer was soul sacrifice to unhalt myself.
I tell you what, I bet I looked pretty fucking stupid when I tried to put Conspirator's Speech on a Tigrex. I was like, oh, this bitch is dead. Then it sealed itself, and I was like, oh, right.
Yeah, not the smartest move.
Hey, dude, got the card out of my hand. That's what I wanted.
When
man.
We're saying if Jill's rocket launcher hit the face directly, I almost lost to a purple ultimate weapon Jill yesterday. Rematch. They didn't play a single unit the entire game. It was just all actions. And they probably should have won the game at a certain point. It was basically like a Denjin game. Like I couldn't play a unit because they would just blow it up. But they started like playing with their food, and I ended up winning that game, which was kind of funny because I found a predation finally.
So I think rocket launcher on nothing should just hit the hero for 10. Sounds good, right, guys? Fucking
Yeah.
wham, dude.
I don't know. I feel like rocket launcher is in an awkward spot, but if they make it like any better, it might be a real problem for sure.
They just need to make it easier to use, but decrease the damage. Because it's such a huge investment to be stopped very easily.
I feel like, a lot of hero arts were on the cusp of like, as soon as they find something that, accompanies them or works with their hero art, then they're going to be a real pain in the ass. And we saw it with Blazing Wall. Chart Shot is another good example. Like, as soon as they get something, like even one new card, it becomes a huge pain in the ass to deal with, and people just start abusing it. I feel like Ashura's been in that lane for a few months now, because as soon as people saw Ashura, they just started putting flying units on it and buffing them like crazy. And it's not a huge problem right now. Like, you can definitely beat Ashura decks, but I've always said that's going to be a huge problem if they don't do something about the hero art, and they're leaving it alone. And sure enough, Iowa finds something cheap with it, and then you start seeing a lot of it, and it might even get worse if they don't do something about it. But it's just a couple hero arts like that, and I think Ultimate Weapon's one of those as well, where if they get like 1 or 2 cards or like a new effect on top of it, you're going to see a lot of it, I think.
I mean,
like-
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say like a couple things that could make Ultimate Weapon busted would be giving your opponent units, and then also, I don't know, play Conspirator Speech with it.
Fucking boom,
Speech is
dude!
fine.
Tricolor, dude. Just
I mean-
red, purple, black.
Have
Just
you,
run
have you
incendiary
tried
device with
zombies
it.
with Ultimate Weapon?
Other what now?
Has anyone tried zombies with Ultimate Weapon?
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good.
I want to say I tried it briefly, but it was just, it's so frustrating to play your hero art, spend 3 mana, and have someone be like, selfish. I heal myself instead. You lose everything.
Yeah, the fact that it costs 3 is annoying.
I was gonna say that's the thing about Tomboy. People don't like. Hey, Nico is really good, and then it's just like people are mad about getting Tomboy, and it's like, why? Oh, because your hero art gave you a 3 mana card that might not even help you. Ooh. That's exactly the problem.
Yeah, but I don't know. Hey Nico's like a lottery hero art to begin with, so
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think that was ever intended to be competitive.
it does work sometimes. I think it was
like lottery
Ainsworth that played
sometimes.
against me that fucking I'll never forget, dude. My board was full. He had 2 ragtimes and a trans that shit. So I was like, all right, I lose. Fucking 4 ragtimes? No. I'm not playing
Constant
again.
fault. Yeah.
But
All
then you
need to
have
do
the
is run incendiary device, use your rocket launcher first, and then if they shield, use your incendiary, and then they lose.
bait them
Shield
down
again,
until they
they're
have
nothing.
0 MP.
Well, no, because if you reply with incendiary at memory, right? Like even if they put a second shield on that,
Oh,
incendiary is going to eat both shield, and then the ultimate rocket launcher is going to hit him.
about that.
Right.
Very specific mana usage. You have to be exactly at 4.
So Denjin Ultimate
Oh,
Weapon.
4 mana. That's so hard.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's very particular. Like, you couldn't, like, get to 1 MP, have someone play an action, and be like, oh, I can capitalize on that. You have to be like, uh-oh, I gotta wait.
That sounds like a lot of honest decks in this. You have to wait.
I'm just saying, like, I think the best solution to it is just make it easier to use, but less of a payoff, because right now it's just like, you buy a scratch card, and you're just like, all right, baby, this is the one. This is the rocket launcher, baby.
Right.
Tomboy rolls a 0/10 on a 1 attack unit, yeah.
True.
I've gotten that plenty of times.
I think it might have been Schmo stream that we was watching where it was just like we saw a 10-0 and then a 0/10, and I was like, okay, I'm backing away from the computer slowly. That's some weird swing. So, yeah, dude. If they didn't even release any new cards, if they were just saying, yeah, we got a big ass fucking balance patch, I'd be like, yo, we're going out in the streets, dude. We're going to have a fucking night on the town.
Out in the streets at a time like this?
Yeah, that's how serious it is, dude.
Damn. All right.
Can we get a running tally of grave units, memories, enemy mana? It's true. There are some times where I'm like trying to check someone's memories. You can't do it unless they're playing a card already.
Hmm.
So then, yeah, that was the topic we were on originally was what what cards / interactions have to be changed. So that's a pretty big ass list.
Yeah.
It's not even like half of it, honestly. I'm sure we could
Yeah, there's
come up with
a bunch of
more.
stuff I would change. But
just a cursory glance.
I feel like we've gone over a lot of the beats already and suggested a lot of stuff, and I don't know if we need to play like armchair developer every week and just mention like, this is busted, this needs to get patched and stuff. Like, I don't know. Maybe if Play Teppen was actually here.
I will
Aw.
hate everything black and purple related. Mallet will
Fair
hate
enough.
everything green related.
I hate
And
purple
then-
too, though.
I will
Anything with
keep
the word flight on it can go away. That's what I think.
We're no longer representative of our colors, we're representative of our hatreds.
Yep, Nature Reborn.
Hatred. That's the new name of the podcast, dude.
Yeah, that's actually good.
Hatred Reborn. We have the community list of like legendaries and in like tiers, but I would like to see, out of curiosity, a community list of legendary, or I guess maybe cards that should be nerfed. Just out of curiosity. But I don't know how you'd do that. Something that we could, compile within the community to show a collective opinion.
Surveys.
Good old surveys. Where are we gonna get one of those?
We will get that in the next TEPPEN Foresight.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
When is next update? All those seem like it should have been changed already. We don't know. But we have the season pass that's only good for a month instead of 2 months, so it seems like a kind of a band-aid to get them through these COVID times.
Yeah. I mean, again, we have to kind of wait and see like what they're planning to do. But the fact, yeah, like that's a really good point. This season pass is only 1 month, so maybe we'll be back to the swing of things after this month. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just get another 1 month pass. Who knows? But yeah, winner asked for the cards you want the most each set, like new cards. So like what's one card we would like to see, or was that just like in general?
Explore payoff in red.
Or payoff red.
Damn Nero.
I don't know.
Every week, man, I'm like, if only this card was red.
Actually, now that I think about it, we do have a survey that's actually ready to go, but I haven't gone out of my way to really advertise it on multiple channels. But since we're on the podcast and I have the survey link ready, I think if you guys don't mind, I could share it with everybody.
Sure, are you comfortable with sharing it?
Yeah.
There you go.
1 MP epic shield twice.
Let me
Shield
find
twice
it
with
real
a
quick.
copy of your eggs. Oh my god.
So for our respective colors, well, for me, I would love to see a 3, maybe even 4 MP unit, maybe as like a rare or a common. Just can be a regular average unit, except it says anti-air on it. How about that? Is that too crazy? Is that too much to ask for?
But then it has
That's all I
0
want.
attack.
Literally all I
You
want.
gotta ascend or build memory or
Whatever.
row if you want something with anti-air. You can't just have it. That's insane.
Whatever.
How
I'll take what I can get
about-
at this point, even if it's growth. Like, just make it a 3 of, please, and don't make it like a legendary that costs 6, and is impossible to find all
What
game long.
What if it was a black epic at 6 MP and it was an ascension unit and it was Dark Huitzel?
If
Yo.
already go out anti-air, I'd play the shit out of it. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I have the link ready. If you guys are
But look at all
Ready?
these anti-air cards. There's nothing in purple or black? Wow.
Yep.
So first off, I want to give a shout out to Skylark Timote, Skylark aka Timote, and then there's also Durian IRL that signed up for TEPPEN data roles. Essentially, I had somebody ask me in the TEPPEN community, like, where can I find statistics and stuff for TEPPEN? And the one thing about TEPPEN is that, you know, we're not as big as like other games, so maybe there's not like you know, a lot of resources out there. But when it comes to resources, sometimes you just gotta go out there and then make your own. You know.
Mhm.
So that's exactly what, you know, Timote and Durian IRL are doing. So we've been working for, I don't know, couple to few weeks for TEPPEN data, and what we've got right now is actually a survey. And what this survey aims to do is it'll ask you a few questions. It's a very short survey. The first thing it's going to ask you, it's like, what's your rank? And then it's going to ask you a couple of questions where, like, you know, what choices have you made as a TEPPEN player? Like, you know, what did you craft? Have you bought the season pass? You know, what rank did you end with? And then there's also questions on, like, you know, things about legendary cards. And then after that, we even have a what's it called? A question entry where you can enter 3 decks. 3 of your most used deck lists is what we asked for. And by you giving that to us, we can compile, like, okay, so based on, you know, this pool of, you know, survey takers, we can tell that, you know, maybe Hakai is the most used card, or Foresight is the most used card, or I don't know, Sneak Attack, something like that. But it would give us enough data to figure out, you know, what was the more popular hero, what was, you know, the most used card, and you can do a lot of fun things with that type of data. So I have the link, and I'm gonna post it into the Twitch chat. It is a Google form link. What you can do is you can click on that link, take the survey. It would allow myself, Durian IRL, and Timote to, you know, compile data and then present it to you guys in the TEPPEN Foresight, so that way, you know, there's some content that you guys would know. But besides that, shout outs to Timote for writing a script that allows us to take all that information for the deck list, and then it spits out, like, what's the most used card, for example.
Yeah, I've seen the coding on it, and it's really neat to see that, like, you put the deck code in there and it's able to just like parse out everything. So it would be nice and easy to have that just tally up everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's put in some good work on that one. So you can take the link in the chat. And
What I've been doing because what you have to do for the deck list is you have to get the code from in-game and then post it into the Google form. What I do is I actually have multiple Discord accounts for entirely different reasons. But what I do is I copy the what you call it, the deck codes, and then I send it to, like, my Smurf, for example. And then I copy the message from the Smurf DMs, and then I post it into the Google Forms. For me, that's convenient.
is that your Discord Smurf, dude?
Oh,
Yeah.
back in the day in Discord, before they had Discord bots, you had to make, like, an account and then run, like, a script on your desktop to like play music, and then have
Sure.
multiple Discord accounts running.
Damn.
I wasn't on Discord back in the day. I was a late bloomer.
Can we call Iowa Noah yet? He built a boat to write you all per or though.
The Arc. Yeah, I definitely don't have a full set yet. It's fine
So,
though.
yeah, I'm still missing some cards too. As
Not a
we
big
can
deal.
see. Can you filter by ones you don't own?
I do want to talk about, the TEPPEN deck feature series. If you guys are ready for that discussion.
Sure.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys have been following Reddit, my Twitter page, or the TEPPEN community server, but I've been trying to look for people interested, streamers in particular. And I do want to, before I, just dive into everything, I want to shout out to all the new streamers. What I've noticed is like Kinder Party, you got Ryuzu, we got Cosplay Fitness, we got Schmo7707, and many more. Well, maybe not many more, but you know what I mean. So those new streamers, I really enjoy them, and I want to particularly look at Schmo7707 and Ryuzu because they stream from their phone. They use Streamlabs. They don't have like a laptop or a PC to stream to Twitch, but all the streaming is done from their phone. And I just wanted to touch on that because sometimes players or people that might have the potential, they need like a little bit of push so that they could like stream or do something that they didn't think that they would do but would actually enjoy it. And that was actually me at one point, because when I was playing TEPPEN, when I first started, I was not looking to stream. I was not looking to like be an admin or anything. But eventually I had a couple of people like push me. They're like, oh, Iowa, maybe you should stream. Shout outs to Grave Slave Spooky. They gave me the push. So now I've been streaming. And then I've even heard like people mention like, ooh, Zero Sure You Can kind of sucks. I wish I was the admin. And I was like, So yeah, it's kind of weird. But my point is that if you want to stream, you can try. And what I would recommend is using apps that you can download in the App Store to stream from your phone.
Oh.
But besides that, what am I looking for streamers for? Oh yeah, that's right. So TCCS is looking to advertise streamers within like, I don't know, the next 2 weeks, so that they can have like a date and time posted. It'll be all in one place. It'll be compiled, and these streamers, what they'll do is they will stream a deck that they picked, and they'll give like a rundown, kind of like a, I don't know, a workshop or a teaching session that allows them to show their brand, show TEPPEN, and maybe even be giving like a little bit if somebody's looking for like, how do you play this deck. And I could give like a couple examples. I know that the Thirsty Games wants to play was it Giller B?
Yeah.
Giller B. So that deck is a X charge shot deck with black and green. It's not black or green?
It's not X charge shot.
Oh, it's not charge shot? What was it?
It's Heart Tank.
Heart Tank. So it's a Heart Tank deck. My apologies. And yeah, it's just nutty, and I think it's good. So I think it'd be really cool. But besides that, I've also had other streamers message me. I know Kinder Party got back to me, Cosplay Fitness, and many more. I'm sure many more streamers are going to be interested in, showing what they can do, during this, what we call TEPPEN deck feature series. I think Ryuzu even messaged me. He wants to do a teaching session for Blazing Wall Rathlos.
That's cool.
That's cool.
So yeah, actually, let me go ahead and get that link. I don't know why I didn't get the link.
Well, what's the target skill level for this series? Are we targeting people who are completely new to Teppen, or are we going for more of like people that are like already champion and want something fresh?
I think it's all about community bonding is number one. Also, I posted the link into the Twitch chat. So if you want to see like what I'm looking for, you can definitely click that Google Docs link. It'll show you kind of like an example format of what the streamers might do on their streams on their scheduled day. And I need the dates and the decks and the time by May 15th, by the end of that day. So that way I can, get a poster ready for the next day and then post it on like social media. And then making sure that all the proper announcements are made. Yeah. But as far as like, target audience, I think it's more about community bonding during the pandemic than it is to, look for let's have fun or let's be competitive. It's more of like, you can spend time with Mallet Moogle, or you can spend time with the Thirsty Games, or you can spend time with Chris D on this specific day for, for their deck of choice, right? And then they just kind of like do some content that's really focused on this one deck that they chose. I think that's kind of cool.
Can we call it negate COVID?
You can call it, yeah.
You can call it whatever you want, dude. I think it's a great idea. But I guess what kind of decks? Any deck?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the question I had. I noticed that you linked to the snapshot for ideas, but I didn't know if it was like limited just to traditional decks.
I need to put a disclaimer then. That would be kind of like, interesting.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. It would be like a little workshop on a scheduled basis, so you could like you take an online classes for free, but it's for Teppen, dude.
Yeah, I got the idea from how, Play Teppen did their card spoilers for new sets, because that's what they did. Was they got like a bunch of social influencers, and then they made a schedule, and then you could like go hang out with them. Right, so why not do that for Teppen decks? And the one thing that I ask in the Google Docs is to get everybody's VODs. And I've never downloaded somebody else's Twitch videos, but hopefully I can figure that out. But if I can't do that, then I can at least save the VOD link and then, post it, make it kind of like neat looking. So that way people that are like, ooh, this guy played, I don't know, Gill or B. I don't know what that is, but I'm mad excited to go and watch this video to see this player play that deck, right? So that's kind of what I'm envisioning. That's kind of what I'm envisioning.
Yeah, it's a cool idea.
Better be drawing Gil's hammock in my class. The bulge, dude. Have a bulge focused deck. You got Gil. You got Cody. You got Chain of Fists.
Mm-hmm.
So what were we calling it the day I was streaming it? Was Gil Schmeedy Bulge.
Wild.
Nice.
When do we start? When would be the first day? of this
The earliest
marathon.
day somebody could schedule it is
Right now.
May 16th. But
right now.
I really don't recommend May 16th because that would give me one less day to make the poster. Because I have to like send all this information to one of my, contacts that do graphics for me.
Wait, didn't I schedule mine for the 16th? Should I not have done that?
No, yours was on the 17th.
Did I say the 7th? Shit, I scheduled it wrong on my part then.
On Sunday?
Yep, I was at 17th. Yep. I'll come down to 17th for Gil's Schmetty hammock.
So is the 17th the correct date?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And while we're on that, you can watch the Thirsty Games play Giller B on May 17th at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know most people have seen that deck, so really it's going to be messing around with it as well, with keeping the core concept.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I should actually probably put a suggestion to like make maybe a Q&A time frame. Nah, maybe not. It's whatever you guys want to do. Like, I probably didn't communicate it well, but the example in the Google Docs is not staple. It's not cemented. It's just if you need ideas to how to format your your time, that's an example. But streamers can do whatever they want. But what I'm really looking forward to is showing which community members are, I don't know, putting time into this.
And this is going on for how many days?
For the whole month.
The whole month. Damn. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. I've contacted as many streamers as I knew and tried to like post this on public forums so that people can look at it. An established streamer, you can be like a new streamer, but this allows us to like put everybody on the same plane, on the same block, and once this poster is made, you'll be able to look at all of these players that want to like give something, right? And you can go chill out with them.
Seems like a great idea to sort of get people to step outside their comfort zone, maybe try a new deck. And I think that's exactly what we need right now is, some variety. We've never had a card set go this long, so we're starting to see stagnation to some degree. Seeing like so much more agility, fast boy decks. But I think the people that are actually staying sane this month are the ones that are trying stuff that is like new. They're playing the decks that are fun for them.
That's 100%.
Sure.
Sure, dude. Hey, I'm playing something different. I'm playing mono red. Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah. It is what it is.
And it's miserable, dude.
Some
Seeing
good
more
talking about.
Akuma, oh my god. I fucking hate Ashura Senku. Period, dude. That fucking art is so dumb.
I agree. It's not fair.
Shouldn't be invincible.
It embodies everything that original Wrath Awoken and Big Resonate used to be, which is you cannot interact with it and you just die.
A flight resonate unit in black that costs 3.
There's your
Could
3
go
cost,
wrong.
dude. That's good, dude. Oh wait, we're trying to get away from those.
Yeah, I do feel a little sad when I like make new decks now, and then it's like I scroll past 5 cost units, and I'm like, why am I here? Just 5 is like,
The point of no return.
Just a suffer.
yeah. Just even going into 4s is like, what am I? This is too much. This is so much an investment.
I totally agree, and I was gonna say, once you get to that point, it's kind of like you start having to like doubt units of like, I don't know. Is
Right.
it worth playing this this 4-mana, like even Gendrum sometimes I'm like,
Oh god, Gendrum.
your boy Gendrum.
It's kind of like
Sounds
a
so-
refund, right? By giving you that one cost.
I do like Gendrum, I do like him.
I still like my Gendrum only Ascension deck.
I tried
Genesis Gendrum.
I tried to make that work. I was so excited when that card came out. I was like, oh boy, fucking Christmas Day. Tried it out and just saw how crappy the Ascension cards were in red. I'm like, okay, just gonna go in the
Why you
corner now.
just Flash it in purple, and then new generation Reploid's even more little fucks, and it's great.
Little fucks, dude.
I mean, that lets you combo Ascend and Oro in a multicolor deck. It's insane.
Yeah.
God, look at all these units past like 5. It's just like, who are these people?
What is that art? And see, look, everyone's like, we need new cards. Just filter mana past 5, and you'll see so many new cards I guarantee you haven't seen before.
Easy.
Holy shit. Bring back a Cantor, dude. I remember when this guy was at the top.
Oh god, that guy.
Oh god. Victory slow. Yeah, I remember like I guess the last couple seasons I didn't try it. I tried different decks to climb to champion. Before that I tried like budget decks. And that was fun. I like that.
Yeah.
Getting to work Flame Sag, but I tell you what, if you're playing budget, that means you have no answers to brainwash. Absolutely nothing. If they
Right.
steal fucking Stag, dude, it's over.
Just don't let them steal Stag.
Yeah,
Keep putting
okay.
out those 3 costs.
Just don't
I
play
think
it.
You have Stag. Yeah, just don't. Why are you playing things over 3 costs? This is terrible.
It's 7. God damn it. Sigh. Let's go back to your Nikali. Was it Kyle playing a deck where it was just like everyone he was fighting against was like ignoring the Nikali, like, oh no, just fucking forget about it, dude.
I got it to work once. I was so happy with Nikali in the zombie shell deck. The amount of mana I was getting back was just atrociously stupid. We put down a zombie, 2 mana back. Let me put down a gate, 2 mana back. It's just... But I mean, he's Nikali's dumb. He should be a 3 cost. I don't know why he's 4.
It's funny because they gave everybody that has like a 3 cost in that set that was like when friendly unit dies, stuff happens, and then they're just like, green, I'm gonna make you pay 1 extra.
And are we gonna give him a better body for that? Nah, he's gonna still be a 3 cost body.
2/5.
Right.
I get that feel though. It's kind of. I look at Claire the same way, where it's like you need to have a couple procs in order for her to be worth it. With Nikali, it seems like it's the same way. You need to have a couple procs, but you don't really have a way to ensure that unless you wait for a unit to just about to be dead and be like, ah, gotcha, dude, gotcha.
I paid this 4 cost and I got 1 mana back, so he's like a 3 cost.
So
Also, his
now
stats
he's
are-
even.
He's not even even, because like you play like a Shota, you get a explore from it for the same body at 3 cost.
Oh, but he has upward potential. Just kidding now.
I guarantee the idea behind him was that you would have him on the board and then you start ascending off of other units, right, to proc him every time. But he's just too expensive for that.
That's a very situational situation. What the all Jake deck? Have you tried making an all Jake deck?
Yeah, he gets all bounced all day. And all faded.
All bounced. Fuck.
All Jake, all bounced.
Bouncy as Jake you'll ever see.
Funny.
God. Yeah, that's what I like about this game is that it seems like people never stop to like find fun decks to play, even if they're not exactly meta.
Right.
People will still be creative types.
I mean, once you found Domineer Nero, what other fun could you have?
Yeah, dude, I love having nothing and then nothing and then nothing and then something. Ooh, like the fucking that Shaq meme where you fucking taste the thing and he's like,
Oh, wow. It's a classic.
I mean, people try things. It's just it's hard because you'll see them in free play, but it gets really infuriating when it's like, you know, it's not even going to be that good. You just want your idea to work at least once, and it's just not happening because you're running into that thing that just stops you from ever playing.
Right.
And that's yeah, that kind of like goes in with the idea that things are so strong now. It's like you don't even get a chance to do your silly stuff because you just lose right off the bat.
hey, that was me trying to make, what do you call it, work? Ultimate Weapon, X Hunters, X Launcher, Rocket Hunters.
Oh, before the stream, I was trying to make a Jill deck, Jill and Gil, and I ran into 4 Yon Lees in a row that just kept sealing anything I put on the board. So it's like, okay, this is cool. I'm never gonna get to try this out.
Right.
Jaggy Deck running into Dungeon Free, dude. That's a really weird card because I saw Kuma using the Jaggy Swarm thing, and then I realized that costs 3. That means you could negate it with a fucking unforeseen interference. That feels weird.
Right.
That happened a lot when people were trying it out in Chun decks. It would just get negated.
Winter says I'm still working on Jill plus Jury, dude. Feet.
It works when it works.
I tried putting Jury in my red purple, and it was like, just like Thirsty said, it works when it works. I don't
Jury's
like it.
such a weird card because like you have to put so much effort into getting her to proc off, and by the time you do, it's like, oh wait, I'm dead. This is cool.
Right.
Oh man.
Oh, Time Rocker, yeah. Talking about Legiana.
Oh yeah. I wrote that.
Oh, did they post that?
Yeah, I thought it was a new card because I never
Really?
seen it played,
That's
and Pygmalion was like new card, so I was like, oh wait, new card,
New card.
This one?
Legiana, yeah.
2/7 with flight?
And I felt so bad because I feel like I put in, I don't know, a chunk of time into Teppen, and I didn't know that Legiana was a card. I felt really
Yeah.
disappointed in myself. I was like, man, Iowa, you're kind of worthless.
I mean, this card's new, right? It hasn't been around for long. What's that? Was this? What was it like?
It's funny.
4 Seekers.
Yikes.
I remember seeing that card and just thinking, why? I mean, to be fair, you play that against Valstrax, it wins the trade, right? Until it gets shielded and buffed 500 times.
That's why you play the chicken. Heat Nix. Or play the flying dildo. Fucking crusher, dude.
Yeah, there's that 3-cost anti-air card.
See? Just gotta play green, Chris.
Meh.
Meh.
I just gotta stop running into lucky players. That's my biggest problem.
Damn.
That's my biggest problem. Everyone is a god when they go up against me. They find everything they need to win a game, no matter what.
I've been getting thrashed by Kushala a good bit. At least I've been getting spooked by it. That card is spooky scary.
Shallow's gotten a lot better now that there's a little bit less murderous spikes.
That and a lot of spread damage means that most times it's just like it gets off scot-free. It's like, god damn it. Talk about a fucking high roll though. That thing is annoying. Once that thing gets going, if you can get it like buffed up, I've seen people like put agility on it. It's like, bruh, stop.
That was my Day of Nightmares strategy. Drop agility chicken, drop Kushala, Gaia armor, agility, and then walk away.
Walk away, dude.
Just walk away.
Gross.
Back when you had to work for agility on a unit.
Back in
Oh,
my
yeah.
day. Just run through
Yeah.
3 sample collection. Dude, sample collection, for me that card is like I'm about to head out, dude.
Yeah, sample collection is that. Oh man, that actually happened to me right before this. These horrible situations people keep bringing it up. It's like that was this week for me. It was Wesker. I got Felicia with Kushala and God Karma pulled out. I was the happiest I've ever been. Just desserts on his Tyrant right when Kushala was about to hit, which would have bounced it. And oh no, he was on a zombie. What did he just? No, it was some random destruct. No, it was Rebel's Memories. That's what it was. So he didn't even lose a unit, and it targeted the Kushala right when it was about to hit and knock back his Tyrant, and then buffed up the God Karma and Sample Collection hit him. He still lost because Felicia was there, but still, it wasn't satisfying.
Gross.
They all had Gaia armor too, by the way. I was playing Gaia armor, and then realized why play Gaia armor when cards like that exist.
Right.
Listen, just everybody calm down. Play Angelo Credo, dude. Play 3 of them. Good card.
So expensive.
Let's have a
9 cost.
thick boys tournament where you can only play units that are like 7 or more mana cost.
Beautiful trend of like green gets these units and black decks love to take them. Got Shagura Magala out there with Gore Magala evolving into him, so you'll see that play more in black decks than green. You got Kami is definitely more of a black deck unit than most. All the Nurg ramp up using all the green stuff.
Basarios turns into Gravios.
Yeah, it's true. We got one.
We got you. It's that fucking Jonathan Frakes thing. We got you. It was a lie created by our writers. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see a tournament, or at least some like restriction that's like you can only play 7 mana or higher units. Be sick.
Yeah, that'd
Or
be interesting.
Shenko? Oh, gross. Ban Shenko.
That would end it right there. That she would.
But man, other people would be playing Blast Hornet, dude. What a fucking beast.
You would have 3 Hisenkos and V, and then everything else 1 cost.
Oh god, V. All right, I'm out. No purple. Skip it. Nightmare Mutter. Yeah, there's still plenty of room for neat little tournaments, competitions, deck building, exercises for people. Even though I'm not that good at deck building. I'd love for us to
That's
get some
fine.
1 or 2 cost units that really mix up the meta. I think so too. But that would have to make Gendrome give 1 mana on death. Just kidding, no.
Jerome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I would feel about like 1 or 2 cost units, just because the cheap cost units are already overshadowing higher cost immensely right now.
I think that's kind of part of the problem too, is that like the zombie builds make placing units so fast that the answer is just fly over it, Smile.
Right.
So, yikes. I guess make beefier, higher cost units? I'm not sure. 14 HP units that are 5 cost? Just kidding, no. God,
They
that
need
would-
to make units where they can't be bounced by purple. I think purple bouncing's kind of just dumb.
That's the other thing. At the beginning of this card set, I felt paralyzed. I felt like I had to just like take out all my 4 cost units because they're just gonna get bounced.
Right.
Bounce or kill too, because like Fate of the Unworthy is like stupid.
Yeah.
Like why would you be able to have you know, a cheap action be able to kill out this unit is, I don't think it's fair. You know, a 1-for-1 like that, nah, it's too
Yeah.
too strong for me.
Oh yeah, Rocker.
bad.
That's totally the problem. Is the MP plus one, and the fact that it's like 3 different types of units. So like you can pretty much populate a deck with it. So you get that constant like MP ramp. That
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Mhm.
Seal them all? No. It's modest and it's spread out.
I mean, between that, not even outside of the zombie shell too, it's just 3 costs are really powerful across the board. That just it seems like that was the power creep, right? Like it's even rare to see a BB Hood when you have Cody now that's doing the same damage on play, coming out at a 3 cost too. Like Turtle is immensely strong. There's just so many 3 costs that are just so powerful that have these really cool effects that you don't even really see on the more expensive units. And if they do have it, they have like just the exact same thing for it. They're not getting like anything special out of it from being a higher cost. Like you have 3 cost Ada that gives you stealth. Or remember when Sting Chameleon got nerfed and everyone forgot that card existed because he does the
Fine.
exact same thing as Ada, but costs more.
Right.
Yep.
It's just
Oh, they
easier
give
to
you-
take out that unit.
They give all these powerful effects to 3 costs, and with everything with removed being as strong, why would you ever really pay for any of the higher costs? There's very few unique high cost effects that make those units still worth it, but then they're also risky in their own right, which is fine. I think that's a nice way to balance it, but
I feel like the idea is that you prepare for a lot of like cheap units, right? And then you run into the occasional deck that's just like nothing but fatties, like
Right.
big Ascension decks, Ouroboros sometimes, or you're like, it's like balanced, but it's like all like it's fair, but it's all like big units. So you're just like, fuck, what do I do? I did that with the Zombo Genesis. I like had noodles, like it kept wanting to give me noodles against an Ouroboros player, and I was like, no, if I get that, it's bricked. So get this shit out of here.
It's-
Damn.
yeah.
I didn't
like-
even think of that.
Yeah, it was super bad. I think it happened once where like I thought they were going for like some kind of meme. I don't know. Somehow I ended up with noodles, and it was just like he's not playing anything that's 5 or lower.
The red card I play in Dungeon, it's a guy in armor.
I think
Oh,
that's-
Ashley? Your boy Ashley?
Oh shit! Wait, are you serious?
I think it's the secret Ashley art.
Actually, yeah.
On stream right
Yeah,
now.
I have 3 secret Ashleys, but is that what you're
Look at
asking
that
about?
That's pretty
Look
funny.
at that guy.
That guy, dude. Fucking Chris chastised me for not having 3 of these secrets. Dude, shut the fuck up.
Everyone should have 3 secret Ashleys. Like I stand by that. Like, I don't think anyone should be left behind as far as that's concerned.
It's the only secret I really wanted besides X.
You should all have 3 secret Ashleys.
I have 1 secret from this set, I believe, and it is fucking Ashley. I'm
donate
like,
mine back. Yeah.
wait, can you filter by secret?
Every secret I
You
own
can.
is X. I only have X for some
I
reason.
have like 1 X.
This game loves to give me rare green cards. Like I will never get a rare purple card, a rare green red card. I'll never get a rare black card. It's always green. I always get the green foil
Right.
legendary, I get the foil commons and uncommons, the foil secret rares. This game for some reason loves to give me green cards and I will never play them.
The game knows if it doesn't show you these green cards, then you're gonna think they're new cards when you see them down the line.
Oh shit. Dude, Spooky doesn't have a secret Nash? I thought you'd
Yeah.
have like 7 of them. Just slipped on a banana peel Nash, dude.
They have like 3 of those.
I love having 1 because that means I get to feel extra special when I play it. Whenever I feel like it's a good time to play it, I'm like, yo, he's coming out, boys. And it doesn't feel as special if you have 3 of them.
Right.
Right.
It's it's cool that you can get a bunch of like secret Ashleys and stuff if you're in my shoes, but I can't get Evil Ryu, so I feel like I wasn't just feels like I wasn't destined to play Denjin or something.
That's why
Because of that.
fucking Wajil isn't around, dude. Couldn't get Evil Ryu. It sucks.
Dungeon's a lot of fun. I think you'd like it, Chris. It's like playing Zero Exodia, but without much thinking.
With less thinking.
I think it is.
I think it's actually more thinking than Exodia.
Yeah,
I would say it's more.
Well, Exodia, what I don't like about Exodia is the mirror matches, because you have to like think about the timing and the stacking of who's gonna play X Hunters first, who's gonna play Maverick's Memories. It's like never the same,
Yeah.
and you have to figure out like who's you know, above on mana, who's on memory. Like it's the Exodia mirror match is so big brain. I hate it. That's why I don't play Exodia anymore.
It's tricky. You just have to hold on to your counters. Like it's really important to keep track of like, yeah, obviously the memory thing is important, but also, you know, do you have ceasefire and a negate at the end? That's literally what you need
Yep.
to win that mirror in the end. But whoever gets like access to V first also has a slight advantage.
Correct. And sometimes even back, I don't know which time of the season it was, but what would happen is these Zero Exodia players would be very aggressive like early or mid game, and you could potentially lose to that. Like some games you never even get to X Hunters.
Right.
Whereas the Denjin mirror is who draws better, and then if they drew better, is he gonna fuck it up? Because a lot of Denjin players really like to mess it up.
Right.
I think Dungeon players are, you know, awesome people. I don't know. I like playing Dungeon too. I'm not saying Dungeon is brain dead, but it's definitely easier to play than Exodia in my opinion, as far as like competitive ladder climbing goes.
It can be.
I think it's stronger than Exodia. I'll say that.
Hmm. It certainly beats it most times.
Hmm.
It's a counter to Exodia for sure. It's hard to say if it like is. I guess it's better. I think it has less bad matchups compared to Zero Exodia.
Oh, I guess I take back that comment. I played Denjin very shortly in the tournament, and that Denjin mirror against Thirsty, dude, some of the most intense games ever. Fucking throwing board damage cards into the air, taking turns doing that at the beginning, dude.
Yeah, I can also
So
vouch for
funny.
4 mirrors. I think well, there were some cases where 4 mirrors felt really bad. But overall it was pretty satisfying when you win a 4 mirror. Felt like you actually achieved something.
There's
Yeah.
there's a good random question. What is your least favorite mirror in all the seasons that's ever happened?
Yawn. Fucking hate Yawn.
I love Yawn mirrors.
Watching Yawn mirrors are just like. It's like watching a tennis match on fast forward, dude. Just like it's back and forth rapidly. And you're just like, what the fuck is going
Right.
on here, dude?
I love Yawn mirrors just because I knew if I was a better player than them, I could beat them.
Right.
There was just so much going on. It was hard to keep track of anything.
I hate Yawn Mirror so much because you legitimately play 90 cards before 5-minute ends because of natural cycle.
Yeah.
That match was still faster than Zero Exodia.
I do agree that yeah, that is true. You're not wrong. To be honest, I do value this meta more than I do. No wait, no. The Yawn meta better than this meta for sure. I'd rather have Yawn come back and be a problem than
Damn.
Zero stuff.
Yawn, you just couldn't land a blow. Like you could just Yawn versus Yawn. It's like your bases are always covered because you're just shitting mana everywhere. It's just yeah, dude. You're gonna have 3 to block. I have 6 to block actually. So just seeing like Gone players be able to just throw a unit down and immediately ascend on it. Like they don't have to like get value out of the base unit. It's just like fuck it, just toss us down, slam fucking Huitzel, and you're off to the races. Adjustable time limit and free match. Do it Smash style, where you like you play by a strict set of rules, or you can be like, yeah, I'll just play with whatever rules.
Whatever.
Just whatever, dude. 1 minute match, that'd be nuts.
Yeah.
Just reduce the action response time to 2 seconds.
That's what I like about Red versus Red. Red players know exactly what they fucking need to do. So like when you play actions, they are resolved immediately.
Oh man, there's nothing worse than playing red versus green. This is where I'm like on your side, Mallet. And then just you use a spell and you're waiting, and it's like, I'm gonna wait till 1 second. Okay, yeah, I think I will use this shield when I have like 7 in my hand.
I know you're waiting for it.
You know you're gonna
Protect the fucking unit. You know you want to.
This is a really hard thing. Do I want to lose this unit I just put down? I don't know. You know what? Last second, I'm gonna shield it. Oh shit, he's got another one. Well, I guess I'll have to use 2.
Oh boy, yeah. Like, I noticed like when I play my Hellbats, dude, it's just like Hellbat blow something up, and immediately I'm like I grab the Bushinryu to grab another fucking thing because I know they're gonna try and kill the Hellbat or seal it or fucking some shit. And play the first Bushinryu. Oh, I have a second one. Okay, hover that one because I know they're gonna have a seal or something. It's like immediately just drop it, whatever their answer is. Mm-hmm. So red players, man, they know exactly what they want. They're like, they got some place to be. They're like, fuck, Game of Thrones on tonight.
I don't always agree with that. I still run into some of those red players that are
Indecisive?
like, I don't know. Do I want to hit this entire board for 20 damage when he's got a full board? I guess. I mean, it is free mana. I don't know.
No. I mean, there's a couple times where I've been like plagued with this, with indecision, but a lot of times red versus red, it's just like up each other's face. Fucking, you can feel that. You can feel your opponent's fucking breath on your face. Yeah, we're doing this now.
Yeah, no, those ones make sense. And there are some times it's like, do I want to liberate slash don't want to do this? There are some times where it warrants the time, but it's like when you know there's only one answer and they're just waiting it out. It's like, come on.
Come on, man, play the card.
You got it or you don't.
Just fucking negate it already, dude.
Oh my god, the 10 hour, do I want to negate the thing that's gonna make me better?
Yeah, I mean, that's how I felt about people like in general complaining about like action phase being too prevalent. I was like, it's not too bad if you just fucking know what you want to do. If you just commit. But I'll admit, purple has a lot more going on. There's a lot more options you can do. Like you can undo what someone did or do something else like a buffet or like draw a card so you make your buffet strong. Yeah, there's a lot of options, but red is just like, who do you want to hit and how hard?
Oh yeah, so my least favorite mirror match that was going on for a little while, which was not as meta, but is absolutely Burn Dante.
God.
I've been in too many of those. I was actually gonna say like probably Denjin or Zero Exodia mirror matches, but you know what? No, it's Burn Dante.
Well, that implies that you've played it. I mean, how often have you played it?
Burn Dante?
Yeah.
A lot. That's when I decided I needed to level up Dante. To
Oh, I see.
The only deck that's kind of worth playing with Dante.
Damn.
And that's not, I mean, that's just a sign that hero needs some love. I think Dante is the worst hero in the game right now. Or none.
It's just annoying when you have to keep hitting OK over and over because they have 4 1-cost actions at the start. Time, that's where I start, like, if it's a fucking 0 and they don't even let me do anything with 4 mana, if it's less than, like, a quarter of a mana from, like, the start of the game, I let them wait 10 seconds. I'm like, you need to calm down, buddy. You need to calm the fuck down.
Well, see, I mean, that's what happens in Burn Dante is you get annoyed that they're doing what you're doing, which is annoying. So then you start waiting, and then he starts waiting, and now you're just waiting 20 seconds on every action.
That's how I channel my salt sometimes. Is I just make them wait.
I had a Zero Exodia making me wait for every action I was doing while I was playing
What?
like Partech X, and I was like, okay.
Why are they giving you a hard time? That's unbelievable.
Because I'm playing Partech X.
You know,
Atrocious.
Red Dante doesn't seem to be that big of a problem. But, I don't know.
Oh, it's not a bigger problem. It's just the most annoying mirror.
I thought it was gonna be a
It is
bigger
annoying.
problem when they started incorporating
interactive.
Valstrax, but
Yeah,
they sort of went away. Thank God.
In terms of
I
competitive,
ran to a red dive bomb, and they were actually playing like literally every burn card instead of like units. And I was like, at this point, why don't you just play Denjin, right? But he almost won. Like I was down to 2 health. It's like, what? Why did that almost win? That blew my mind. It was just like zombie cards, maybe Sigma, I think, a turtle, and then like 3 headshots, 3 sneak attacks, 3 of the Scar of Humiliation. I was like, why are you running? What's happening right now? Like Agent's Memories, like even Ashley was in there, Cody was in there. I was like, what are you doing? Like,
What are you doing?
it was Denjin Dive Bomb, but with Nerd, and yeah, it almost won. And I was
Wait,
kind
I
of
ran
disgusted.
into that guy, or at least that deck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be a thing. Like it's so stupid. Because he got every single burn card. He found them all, but it didn't kill because it's not Denjin. I don't know. Why.
Oops.
Like he got maybe 1 good dive bomb off, but I don't know. Like I was playing zombie Denjin as well, but the fact that he was like able to keep up with me was kind of disgusting. I think he had speech as well.
Good old speech.
Just the burn cards in general are just really effective, right?
I'm telling you, man, Denshin should raise any number value on any card by 2. Yep.
Any value? What?
Every single value. MP cost, HP attack. Just kidding, no.
Make Valstrax a 7 cost.
But he comes out 4/7, dude. Kill me.
Yep. Exactly.
Because it was like the whole thing of people
being.
being like, "Oh shit, does Denshin stack with speech?" It's like, God, I hope not. If it did,
That would have been cool.
No,
That would've been
no, it
cool.
wouldn't. Real cool, dude.
Wishing it stacked with Murderous Hands. That would have been great.
Jesus, that too, dude. So many cards. Oh boy. Let's see. I can't. I'm trying to think of a mirror for me because I fucking play Jill and nobody plays Jill.
Nobody plays Jill.
Nope.
Feels Jill, man.
The fuck feels Jill, man. I'm
Yup.
trying to think of a. If there's a card that has a sad Jill on it, that would be a good emote.
Sad Jill.
Oh. The mirror is the Jill mirror when it happens is pretty hot. Where it's just like you gotta watch your pocket, you gotta watch their pocket, and I gotta admit, I do get thrown for a loop if they save their shit, man. If they hold on to stuff in their pocket, I will forget about it.
Those are my favorite times.
I've been bamboozled before, where they like hold onto a fucking shield for like a minute, a solid minute, and I'll be like, "What is that card?" And then I go to do something, and it's just like, "Yo, bro, bet you forgot I had this."
Let me just whip this out.
And then you find people where like you play a fucking like Carlos, and they immediately try to attack you, and it's like, "Bitch, you just saw me play that. You just saw me get this card."
Right.
Well, no one plays Jill, so they see Carlos. It's like, oh, that's just a.
It's just a 3/5,
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
and he just says search when he shows up.
Right.
It's a cool effect.
Cool effect, bro. I just can't get the champ with Jill. I'm climbing with Yawn. Dude, if you stick with the essentials, the mallet essentials, I'm I'm surprised at how cheap this deck is, and I don't mean like, oh shit, you just got robbed, but like, it's not the normal deck that I was running at the beginning of the card set, which was like 6 or 7 legendaries.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. I think it's kind of like an interesting point and probably worth for some people trying. And I've noticed a lot of people trying it too, especially with like Growth Nero, and that it's kind of avoiding going into the complicated stuff that came in with memory and all that, and just going back to older things and finding out those are working because people aren't really prepared for that anymore. I've been doing way better with my TFS X deck than any other X deck I've been able to make with the with all this new stuff. So
That's
the
shocking.
new stuff.
Absolutely shocking. Jules Millie's favorite to play personally, since her hero arts don't directly affect the field. She's not as fun as other heroes. Fun. Yo, I have a new channel point reward, and it's to time someone else out for.
Whoa,
what is it?
really?
Yeah, for 5 minutes, dude.
That's dope.
That's dope. It was actually a suggestion on the Twitch thing to time someone out, dude. I mean, it's not automatic. You'd have to time in who you want to time out, and I'd just go and do it. But it's a very fun category. Could be like, I don't like what that guy just said. I'm gonna spend my points and fucking ban him from chat for 5 minutes, dude.
Damn.
Dante needs help. The dude has 2 useless hero arts. Dude, what, the waffle fries? Come on. Quicksilver's great. It's like annoying at best. I honestly agree.
Yeah. Yeah, we've gone over it before. Dante sucks. We know. We know. But again, I don't know if they go back and ever fix anything. Make stuff better. They just stick with nerfs or what? I don't know.
I don't know. If they want to do like a 2.0 now that everyone has a hero, I also think it would be such a good idea because it would be a lighter load on the fucking artists, because I feel like they pump out a lot of art for this game, which is, I mean, no complaints here, but I feel like it's got to be a good strain.
I'm on the side of keep having that art pumped out because that keeps artists employed.
Oh, good point.
And in a lot of
Yep.
game development, when the art slows down, the artists do not stick around.
Yep. That has happened in a couple games that I follow in the past.
I guess as long as
Time
they're
out
not
somebody
overworked.
else. Oh, time me out? Sure. I can leave the call if you want.
Oh no.
It is pretty late and all. It's like 1:20 a.m.
Yeah.
We're going at this for a while.
That final teaching
Is
story,
there-
though. I love teaching stories.
Dude, to 300 seconds, dude.
Oh, I lost my mod privileges too.
Wait,
Damn.
are you kidding?
Yeah, you do. When you come out of mod,
Yeah.
you lose their privilege.
Wait, Liz, I have to reinstate them?
Mhm.
Probably.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, dude.
Why are you sorry?
Because it's annoying. It's like it's
Joey
supposed to be
said do it.
fun.
It's not annoying for him. It's annoying for you. You have to do it again.
Damn it.
Chris doesn't have to do anything.
He's fine though, dude.
I'm having fun again.
Everybody laughed, dude. Everybody fucking seal keck W, dude. You got banned, dude.
I would if I wasn't banned.
Exactly, dude.
I can chat again in 4 minutes. What do we do till then?
What do we do? Oh my god. What are least favorite HAs? Ashura, get it out of here. Fuck that thing. It's the big chase me. I'm invincible and I'm shining. I'm getting out of
Koha.
here. For Kohas? Ooh, that is also kind of annoying.
It's just overpowered.
Yeah. Oh, to use?
Yeah.
Ultimate weapon. Shit sucks.
Least favorite hero art to use for me is Gaia armor.
I feel that.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Malibu, I can't time myself out. you lose the entire channel. It just goes blank. anything with X, dude. Yikes, dude. Kyle P hates X, confirmed. Somebody time him out.
Earlier said I'm gonna make X fun. I have fun with X. You don't need to make him fun with me. You just don't know how to use him.
And Wrath, specifically Wrath Awoken. God, I remember watching games where people would just like steal shit. I'm glad those days are over. Fucking Wrath Awoken. Fucking brought my piss to a boil, dude.
Raph stealing games? Yeah, that's news to me.
Yep. Shh. I meant like you put down like HK Chun and it's like, uh-oh.
I mean, that still happens.
It's still
Raph
happens.
still having Karen or HK Chun, like, still a problem.
Kyle only likes it
Definitely
if it
deal.
uses Junian Gate.
Sure.
Hey man, I
Favorite
was
deck? Fours? Yeah, fours were probably like the peak of creative ideas within the game, like all coming together to form a deck and like actual synergy to me, instead of just saying like, oh, these cards are resonate and they get real big if you keep using actions. That's not synergy to me. I feel like fours was like the most comprehensive deck this game has ever seen, which is why it was so fun for people, because it like actually made sense to play it and like had a common thread, common theme, where like one wouldn't work without the other and so on.
It was very cool that you had like the ones you'd want to have on the field at first, and then the ones you play afterwards. So there's a bit of order to it. So it wasn't just, you know, look at number, play it. It does work. Yay! Pepe clap, dude.
They kind of started to force that synergy with stuff like Growth and Ascension, but I don't know. To me, they never really reached that level of fours with the newer stuff.
I agree with that. I liked fours a lot, and you know, I would complain about Beltway, but Beltway was infinitely better than just demonic intimidation existing.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, people have different feelings about Beltway. I think it would be a little too random.
I resonate with fours.
But you know, I think it was a cool idea all the same, because you could try to prevent that. Same with like Four Eyes, right? Like you can prevent that from happening, and it would be really obvious when they would want a Four Eyes. Like they could telepath that shit very easily. But sometimes
Four
you don't
Eyes.
have to avoid that, right? So it felt bad.
Or I
when you
absolutely needed that
Yeah.
nerf though on stealing 4 health, because that was insane. That was the most infuriating thing.
Yeah, it felt necessary, but then the Beltway nerf was a little overdone it, and then they removed Shadow Blade from the game, and that was weird. I don't know when that's coming back, but yeah, apparently Morgan just like lost all of her hero arts overnight. I don't know.
To be
They were
fair,
stolen.
man, Morgan is one of the most irritating characters to lose to, so.
Whatever, man. She was fun.
Booby girl
I didn't
win!
like,
Steal health.
I didn't like the go to sleep, you know, but her other hero arts were fun.
Temptation was
I think
absolutely
DI was not as
listed.
bad as people thought it was at the beginning.
That was my first hero art I hated, DI. It's like I
Yeah,
worked so
everyone
hard.
hated DI, but the DI wasn't the problem. It was big resonate, and you know the fact that halts were, you know, super easy.
Yeah. Four-mana aura.
It's crazy that we don't see that much ults anymore, right? But that's just because units kind of fell off. But that
I see-
mechanic was the most
I
infuriating
see
thing.
some halt with zero, but they're not doing it right. If they're doing that.
I'm liking Wolfang in my decks. But that's that off-brand, that's that store brand fucking alt.
I mean, you get a halt, right? Like halt exists across the whole spectrum. Actually, does black have a halt? I can't remember. I think they're the only colors.
I don't
with a
think
halt.
so.
Yeah, because even green has a halt with Hey Nico, which is kind of funny. So, I mean, there's a lot of halts out there, and there was even a new purple halt, but I don't know. Like some people use it, but at the same time, it's just not. Like the sad reality is not. It's not cost effective, and it's not really doing much because I don't know. Like halt can be good, but so can just destroying a card, right? Or removing it from the game, or stealing it, or whatever. So you're just kind of wasting actions or wasting mana towards your memory at that point.
God, look at these, all the cards with halt. Look at
Yeah, exactly.
look at this. It's like 750 purple cards, 2 red cards, and then ragtime and green, and it's just like yeah. Halt isn't
do
good
think a
when it
halt
costs the same amount as the unit you're halting. That's a good point.
Yeah, like I do think halt decks can work, but I think the way people are going about it is maybe a little too extreme. Because I still have seen some Morgan Temptation decks in the wild every now and then, but they're running like the 1/1 Ada that does damage to all halted units, the fucking Mega Shock action that's way too expensive for what it does. Just a lot of weird stuff like that. And it doesn't really work because there's just too much expense at stake, right? And temptation costs a lot. You don't see too much DI though. I've seen a little bit of DI, but it seems like they're just kind of fumbling for more halts and just burn through the deck too easily.
Dude, there was a Morgan that fucking showed me who's who. Dude, they played Mega Shock, and I was like, yo, bro, I got a shield for that. And they're like, I got another Mega Shock. And I was like, shit.
Yeah, one of those Morgans I ran into did like a raw Mega Shock without anyone halted just because they didn't have any other playable cards. And it's like, yeah, because your deck sucks. It's like you got to play actual units sometimes. Like you can't just do pure actions in a Morgan deck and expect to win these days. Like that might have flown back in like season 0, season 1, whatever. But it's a different game now, a far different game.
Just like 3 MP conditional damage for it's just not.
Like, well, I can AoE halt the X Hunters and then kill them. That's really good. Yeah, it is. But what are you doing for the other 4 minutes and 50 seconds of the game? Right? Like, how are you getting to that point in the first place without losing right away?
Dragon Lord should be 800 souls to craft now, recosting old cards. What? Yeah, time. That's the thing. Hardly anyone's playing big units right now, so it was really sad when I had to be like, you know what? Dragoon's not worth it. Dragoon's not worth being in my fucking deck anymore.
I mean, you could argue that Hey Nico is, making a better Dragon Lord's Judgment, but it's also the same split damage as like a maxed out Spike Launch and a maxed out Rakoha, right? Like it's all 12 split.
Which you also get consistently without the RNG of 1 out of 3 and then the extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have to negotiate with Rakoha.
So like, I don't know, like 0 makes all that look stupid, when you look at it. But yeah, Dragon Lords, we've talked about this before, or at least I did. We mentioned this last week. There's a lot of legendary actions in particular, damage ones that need to get changed. Whether it's cost or what it does. And Dragon Lord's Judgment is like a huge example because it's so pointless.
Typhoon, dude, real quick. 7 damage, 5 MP.
Should we recost old cards to craft? Like Dragon Lord should be 800. Just make them better. Like no one's gonna craft it if it's not good. Like even beginners would, I don't know, maybe beginners wouldn't be smart enough to know better. But hopefully they would be, where they're not like just crafting garbage that they won't be using after like a day.
Oh, Disloyal Follower was a big upset for me. Card art was so good, but Red Ascension's pretty weak, so didn't get to fucking really swag on anybody. Cool idea that you kill a unit and then you can steal them. Oh.
Now it made me yawn. Same.
No. Sorry. I was trying to hide it.
Same. Yeah, I don't know how long we've been at it. Do you have an uptime?
2 hours, 30 minutes almost. I think there's a BTTV setting that it will display stream uptime below the stream.
I usually see that.
Yeah, it seems about right.
Which everyone should have BTTV. If you don't, then you're gonna miss out on all this crap. Wait, there we go.
Still waiting on a bathrobe emote. I'd have to remove one of my emotes or get a lot more subs again because I'm nowhere near another
Whoa, dude.
slot. That's a lot of. Wow, it's a very good command. Oh, you got the Ricardo.
That's a very good command, dude.
I love Ricardo Flick.
Oh yeah, dude. I was like, it is like 15 for free, or you can get 50 for like $5 a month. I was like, fuck it, dude. I want my emotes.
Sure.
There's like,
Type things. I'm super
dude,
tired.
piano time, wine time, and smoke time are so good, dude.
Yeah, the guitar, whatever, is pretty good. But you don't have it there. The corn. Is good. I like the corn.
So many dance emotes, dude.
Ricardo's too strong.
Ricardo's too strong, dude. Nerf.
He's too strong. He's more powerful than we could ever imagine. Oh, I love that guy. I think he streams too, or he used to stream
Really?
anyway. He has Twitch stream maybe. Yeah.
He doesn't just exist in that GIF.
No.
I don't know. I don't know
actually
who that is outside of the GIF.
seen him on Twitch, I think. Yeah. I can't remember if he had like incentives to dance for people or what, but he probably should have. Yeah, I think it was a Twitch streamer. Carlo, whatever his last name is, Millennials, something like that.
His last name isn't Flick.
It's something with an M. I know that. I think. I can't remember. I'm too tired. Sorry.
That's all right.
Been off for a while. What are we doing now?
I guess we could do some Q&A before we wrap it up. Anything we didn't cover? Anything you want to hear us bitch about?
I have a question.
More
Let's
rants?
see.
Oh, for me?
Yeah. What fighting game are we gonna play on stream so I can complete the circle?
Oh, didn't we already say Marvel 3?
Shit, we're gonna do Marvel 3. All right.
Oh, shit.
I think. I don't know.
Get that Parsec Marvel 3 going.
Again, I haven't really played a fighting game in years, but I think right now on my PS4, I only have maybe Under Night and also Marvel 3. I could put Street Fighter into my system, but I think the disc is just permanently lost somewhere.
We'll do Marvel 3. I already collected the Street Fighter Stone from Iowa.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta like everything there. Yeah, I mean, again, Marvel Online is probably going to be a mess, and I'll probably drop a lot and get mad, but that's fine.
We'll get
I don't know.
those
How does this work?
I don't know. This was like nothing official at all. It's just I was playing Street Fighter and then I was like, "Yo, let me play," and then I played Iowa, and then I was playing Smash, and then Mallet was like, "Let me hop in."
Oh.
And I was like, "Yeah."
And then I played 2 games, and then I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, there's no crossplay, Time Rocker.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Sorry. Not for Marvel anyway. There's crossplay for Street Fighter, but that's a different story.
Does that mean it runs smoother on PC?
No.
Yeah. I mean, for Marvel on PC, they have like a Parsec or whatever for better online play. But even still, it's I don't know. I don't really watch it that much anymore. But I don't know.
Alright, I have to do Marvel 3 one of these days.
Marvel 2 is the best roster. It's pretty good. The more I think about Marvel 2, like I loved that game back then, and I played the shit out of it, and I learned like every character. There's a lot of really bad characters in that game, especially when you consider like, I mean, not even getting into the tiers, just a matter of like actually doing shit with a character. There's not much you can do with a lot of that roster. I mean, just the flavor and character designs and stuff are awesome. But to me, I think Marvel 3 has a better cast, actually, because they're actually playable. and they bring a lot more personality. Of course, they got like all their own win poses, different win quotes based on what they're fighting against, who they're teaming up with. I mean, that's kind of unfair to compare the two, but to me, like 3 started to win me over a lot more just because it's like, I don't know, better presentation. It also helps that it's like, you know, all new character models instead of like the same rehashed sprites from like, you know, 97 or whatever, right? Which is basically what Marvel 2 was. It was a lot of like rehashed assets from like older fighting games. So that's why they could include all those characters, right?
Yeah, my team of Mega Man, Cammy, and Venom doesn't fly very well in MVC 2, so I'm a 3 guy over that one.
Yeah.
Dude, it's all about Mega Man roll and Servbot, dude. It's great.
Team.
I cannot play Zero. I struggle at being able to hold a button down while doing other stuff.
Oh yeah, the charge. It's. I tried to learn how to play on a controller, and that was intolerable.
I think I played against almost every Zero player in the world at some point in time. It feels like I've run into a lot of Zero bullshit. Kind of glad those days are over.
For now.
Virgil, Wesker, and that's not that bad of a team.
Everybody's fucking they
Crispy
dip in all kinds of fighting games around here, and for me it's just like RPGs, dude.
Fighting games are a lot of fun.
They are. They're fun to watch. I feel like playing them is a whole lot of ego investment for me. I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean it's difficult, right? Like it gets really intense because it's literally one-on-one, and you know, if you start to feel every hit, then you know it starts to get worse. I don't know. Like I would really get into Marvel, maybe too much.
I think for me, Teppen is a good balance between action and strategy. That's what kind of draws me to it. There's an element of RNG to say, you know, hey, you know, you just didn't draw that well. It's nothing you could have done. But when I play something like Smash, it's like, yo, man, you fucked up. You got fucked up there. You got fucked up there. Yo, he hit you. Yo, you moved into that. You pressed a button when you weren't supposed to. I'm like, oh.
I haven't played Smash in forever. It's been a long time.
See, it's the opposite for me. Like I get more mad when I know I lost out of things out of my control. It's like, this is just, why am I wasting my time with this? That's why I couldn't play League anymore, because it's just like, it was, to myself, it was never my fault. It was always my teammates. It's like, I'm actually really good at Teppen, but it's just the draws are not in my favor. That's the case.
Blame your teammates. That's the strategy.
I lose those excuses in fighting games, so it's just like,
shit.
I'm just not good.
They just announced the online Evo event actually a couple hours ago. Did you guys see that?
Oh, really?
I did.
Did not.
Yep.
BCI, but not surprised.
I remember people memeing about it, but I didn't see it was actually announced.
Yeah, they're doing actual online tournaments for games that were not included in the Evo lineup.
Oh shit!
Originally. Which is kind of cool. Yeah.
That's Pog, dude.
You want the spoilers?
What games?
I actually forget the first one that was mentioned.
Is Marvel 3 there?
No, it's not Marvel.
No.
3.
Oh, that's a fucking. Well, you said that ones that weren't included in the lineup. That's a peep leave from me, dude. I'm out of here.
Oh yeah, so it was Mortal Kombat 11, Killer Instinct, Skullgirls, and Them's Fighting Herds.
That got in, but not fucking Infinite, not free.
Yep.
Right.
All right. I mean, I respect that they've been working on Them's Fighting Herds for like a fucking century, dude. But
It's
at the same
funny.
time, damn, dude.
They're screwing over Skullgirls for so long, and now they finally get an event. It has to be online only, but yeah.
Yikes.
It's kind of cool because they, you know, gave respect to the games that actually like care about online play, and probably have this echoed out there. But yeah, some people are pissed that Infinite didn't make it, or Power Rangers, or you know, whatever.
Yeah, Power Rangers. What the
online. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what made them decide. It took a pandemic to get Skullgirls in Evo. Yeah, pretty much. Kind of funny though.
All right, I was bothered about NBCI, and now I'm really bothered about Power Rangers.
Yeah, I never really watched too much Power Rangers, but I know the people that do play it really like it, and it has a decent community, and it's always getting updates, and it looks pretty fun.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
It's basically another Marvel.
Time's firing shots, dude. Saying JoJo's is
Dude,
trash, dude. I've never seen JoJo's, but I know people love JoJo's, so you better call your
I've seen
local
them
diner and
JoJo
order
memes.
some JoJo's.
Like we've all seen JoJo memes, and have a faint idea. So I've never watched JoJo in my life, but I feel like I know JoJo, and it seems pretty good. The JoJo fighting game. I actually always wanted to play that game, but I never got it. Damn, did Time Rocker get banned? Okay.
Dude, banned for.
You can talk shit about X. You can talk shit about Jill.
It's just 3 minutes. It's not even 5 minutes.
I'd say we all suck, but yeah, a lot of Marvel guys have been playing Power Rangers. Well, like it was mostly designed by people that played Marvel. So
I might need to make that more expensive. People ban each other left and right.
Yeah, Power Rangers. I know Clockwork had a huge hand in the development of that. It showed.
yeah. Clockwork, Shady K, and I think Justin Wong even helped out a little bit.
I'm usually not a person that likes being in the lab in a fighting game, but I could lose all day just sticking around in that game in the lab.
Mm-hmm. It looks fun.
The overall
they did
coordination
have
required to
Battle
do
Royale,
combos and shit like that in fighting games is tough for me. I don't know what exactly it is. I just don't have enough experience, and it's hard to get going. It's hard to find someone around my skill level that I could train with. Seems like everybody I know is like they have some experience, and it's kind of like if I played against them, it'd be a face roll.
Yeah, I said I had like
Yeah.
a similar mind thought when it came to fighting games, but what really did it for me was when I was playing Teppen, and then Spooky told me that they played fighting games, and then they beat the hell out of me, and then that is when I knew I would never play fighting games again.
Damn.
But then
Wow.
I thought about it more, and I was like, man, what if I had actually won? So I've been training ever since, and now I'm ultra bronze.
I think it helps if you are playing with people that you play multiple games with. Like, if you keep losing to someone in a Street Fighter, and it's like, all right, then let's go play Teppen, and then you just roll them there, and it feels a little bit better. It's usually like people that I play games with. That's usually the case.
So what you're
Kinda gotta
saying
remember.
is I need to play fighting games with somebody and then be like, yo, man, let's hop over to Puyo Puyo. Let's do this shit.
Yep.
Do this shit live. Play
There
some
you go.
puzzle-ass
Puyo Puyo.
puzzle games, dude. Yo.
So
They had that at a couple Evos as a side thing. Puyo Tetris.
surprisingly, a lot of my training regimen for myself is really just like watching top players, doing a little bit of labbing, and then playing online, and then raging at people for lagging, and that they should definitely not hit me there or where. But yeah, that's fighting games for me, anyways. But do I like have somebody to regularly practice with? I actually do. I'm very lucky. I have one friend that if I wanted to like practice with them, they totally be down like every night.
He's back, dude.
But I never really, try to play against them every time. I'm more like, watching videos and just like labbing. It's kind of peaceful too. Labbing is where you go into training mode and you just practice.
Yeah. I would always train hours on end, and then play a real match, and then you just start to fumble around and can't remember what to do, and yeah, it just takes time. You gotta build up some memory and kind of do it as like a second nature thing, so you're not focused on it.
See,
In
it's
the
like
middle of a match.
Teppen. Build up memory.
There's a lot of thinking going on. Yeah, Teppen's kind of the same, but with Teppen, you at least know what you got and potentially what your opponent can do. And fighting games, there's a little bit more guessing involved. I will say that much.
I was just joking about memory.
Yeah, that too.
There is a Jill costume in Street Fighter 5.
Oh.
Yes, there's
Oh,
a
is
lot
that
of
a PC mod thing?
throwback.
No,
No?
it's legit.
No. Yeah,
You can
For
they
say
had a
who?
bunch of like classic
stars.
Capcom costumes for random characters.
Cammy
For Cammy? Huh.
for Cammy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dude, she did have some crazy fucking moves in Marvel 2, dude. Fucking flame tackle, classic police move.
I think my favorite Street Fighter 5 costume is Rashid looking like Airman.
Really? Oh my god.
They have one with Beautiful Joe too with Rashid, isn't it?
Also good.
Yeah. That's
One's
a
good
cool one
too.
too. I just think the Airman one is just so ridiculous and
That one
Cool.
is.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have not played fighting games, I highly recommend it. I don't think it's about like beating people up and being the best. I think it's about for me it's just relaxing to go into training mode and then mindlessly doing the same thing over and over, and also like watching people do and trying to copy them. It's fun.
Mhm.
That's interesting, because, I mean, for me, the chill out genre is like MMORPGs. Just like, I mean, you do the same kind of thing. You do the same thing over and over again. You can just kind of chill out.
Yeah.
But fighting
Yeah.
games, I don't know. I guess I go, take it too personal.
Fighting games is also, at least the way I do it, is I'm very not social with it.
Oops.
Yeah, there's like very few people that I play with, but I'm open to playing with more people. It's just time. Time is a big issue.
Time Rocker. No, I think you still had to get some coerced through survival mode. I could be wrong though. I mean, some you had to buy, others you had to unlock with points, others you had to get through survival. Yeah, that's just for coerced though. And then there's the costumes thing and all that stuff. I don't know.
I know, just like Champion Edition just comes with all of that too. It's just pretty easy.
Yeah, it seems like they're finally done updating the game. Maybe.
Finally.
I mean, they added Seth and Gil, which is cool, and they look fun. And the game's probably at a good state right now. But I was kind of hoping they would move on like 2 years ago.
Does he resonate, though?
It's been my destiny to fight.
No. Well, kind of.
No.
I don't know. I haven't really seen much Gil. But yeah, I'm kind of weary on like what Street Fighter 6 would look like at this point. I don't know. A fighting game on the next gen would be interesting in general. Doesn't really have to be Street Fighter, but yeah. If anyone saw like the tech demo today from the new Unreal Engine, that looks pretty cool. And yeah, I could only imagine what they could do with like fighting games with like crazy stages and shit like that, like even more interactive and yeah, just looking better in general. But it'd have to run smooth, of course. So.
Yeah, they can just do better netcode. I'm all for anything.
Yeah, that's always going to be the issue, though. I don't know. Finding like the perfect online fighting game is always going to be an issue, just because of the precise input you have to do. I mean, it's the same issue that Teppen has, right? Because Teppen is really nice sometimes, but you don't really know like what's all going on, and then there's we talked about this before, line jumps and occasional lag, waiting and stuff, and syncing, desyncs, but it tries.
It'll never get to like perfect, but I mean, it's just we've had so many games do it right that it sucks when there's so many big ones that are just messing it up, right? Like whole MVCI did it so well, and then it just was the game that didn't take off.
Yeah, and you look at like other genres than esports category, especially. I mean, like FPS games that require, again, like more input and more, precision, and can't afford to have, shitty lag and issues like that. Like they're pretty big on that stuff. I mean, there's going to be issues with those games as well, but at least they have like dedicated servers and stuff like that. But
That's why I'm excited for the League fighting game.
League fighting game.
Yeah.
I just can't believe the genres, dude. Just
Good.
like
I have had some like desyncs every now and then in Runeterra where it will be like my connection was lost for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about. And they do have server issues every now and then, but overall it runs pretty smooth. So yeah, I'm kind of interested what a League fighting game would run like. I don't know if I'd play it, but it's kind of like a wait and see. They've been busy. They had that Valorant as well.
Yeah.
Lots of different games.
Pumping them out.
Everyone's still talking about fighting games in here. Oh, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Blaze Blue. I kind of wanted to try Grand Blue, but at that point I was just like done with fighting games. I don't know. I'm a card game player now.
More honest with it.
the more honest.
I guess. Seems like, I don't know. Like practicing in card games is definitely different than practicing in fighting games. It's really weird.
Dang, what happened? You had a super Jill and everything.
Denjin happened
Damn.
where you just bend over and you just fart damage out your ass, dude. I'm just like, all right, let me just put this on the field.
It's getting late, guys.
It is getting late.
It's getting very late.
And now I have to waste this halt on an Ashley.
Wait, you're halting Ashley?
What can I
He wants
do?
it. He wants to explore.
Just run away.
He played one trust and it put agents in my goddamn pocket at the beginning of the game. Good card, by the way. Good card. Got it. Sorry. God, this is not my stream. This is a podcast. Dude, we're so
Any other
fucked.
questions? Before Mal just gets shot horribly in the face.
12. 12. Yo, I'm getting
Yep,
this
there it
though.
is.
I'm getting
Damn,
this
I didn't even
though.
see that pop up.
This guy's rank 30, by the way. He might not be like a Denjin main, but he's like, I'm gonna fuck this Jill player straight in the ass, dude.
He's 30.
Yeah. Fuck you. I'm shooting you. I'm giving you a hole, dude.
I actually ran into a few top 100 players the other day in casuals. It seems like they're just like chilling. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're just chilling.
There's not too much like try hard climbing going on.
God, that was the worst trust that could ever have fucking happened. Immediately stifled, dude. Didn't even need Leon that time.
Well, you got to draw an extra card. That's good for you.
It's another card! Dude. Agents, dude. Are you fucking serious? The worst. And that's why we played free match. We didn't play ranked. See? Played free. Yeah, 33. From Japan, he's like, just thought I'd go into a free match and beat up some women. What
Yeah,
a
I figured it was gonna be a Japanese player. Didn't even have to ask.
What a fucking misogynist pig. It's like, okay, let's go.
Somebody say something awful.
What?
I don't know. This is. What did somebody say?
No one said
I was
anything.
confused about the beating up of women.
Oh no, I was just like, fucking Ryu just walks into the fucking match, fists cocked, dude, ready to just beat the shit out of this police officer.
Oh.
Ryu doesn't even know what women are, dude. Morgan hits on him and he's like, let's let our fists do the talking. It's like, damn, dude. She's just trying to
mean-
fucking.
In Street Fighter, Sakura's straight throwing herself at him, saying, "Let's have babies," and he's like, "What are babies?"
What are babies, dude? Can I fight them? Maybe that's what he's into, dude. Yikes, dude. That's a big yikes. All right, so I think that's it. Every time I like try to hop into a game to like entertain people while other people are talking, it's just like, so what are we doing here?
Yeah, you know.
Is anyone streaming after this? Anyone streaming?
That's a good question.
Not me.
Pretty late, so I'm not streaming.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
make
no.
food for tomorrow.
Oh man.
Mm,
I would be the brave soldier to do that, but I am tired. I don't feel like trying to jeopardize my points.
it's all good.
So we're just leaving. We're just leaving. Who else is streaming Teppen? Fucking
I was streaming
nobody.
Street Fighter 5. I wish I could, but I got work tomorrow.
I know someone's streaming Street Fighter 5. We could go host her.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Nope.
Raid, dancing, fighter.
Training mode stream. Maybe one day. I still got like a week left until yeah, things go back to normal schedule.
Yeah, good times.
All right, we're gonna head over there. Thanks all for showing up. We'll see you guys next week for hopefully some news. We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
And we rated.
Sweet.
Yes.
All right. Later, guys. Good night.
Later.
We'll see ya. Thanks for making this happen.
What the?
Peace.